to be entertained and to entertain. I don't even know if I even attempt to come close to that.
Have we ever entertained anybody? I got that light on.
Dogs. No.
I'm going to shut this TV off. Does
All
that
right,
help any?
you guys gotta have to learn to live with the dogs barking. If they get belligerent and crazy, I'll shut it down. I'll mute it up.
Those are Chihuahuas, right?
No, they are actually. One is what do they call it? Those fashion dogs, Morgie.
I don't know.
Yorkshire Terrier. Yeah. But they're mixed. They're mixed with a bunch of things, Joe.
I had a friend of mine. He had Chihuahuas, and he had two of them. And those little bastards knew exactly how long your leg was, because when you went to go kick them,
our big one's like that. He blew out both ACLs. He's only 6. He's too big. He's about 30 pounds. He's got to lose weight.
Damn.
He's like a miniature pincher / Chihuahua, but he's more miniature. He looks like a pug, but he's more miniature pincher. Because we had the whole blood stuff done.
Hot Rod in Daytona. Yeah.
You are? How come I see no comments?
I pressed the button.
He's the Evo 2 guy. He's like me, but he flies the Evo 2 more than I do.
Does he like it?
I would assume he does. He's flying it a lot, unless that's the only drone he has. I'm assuming he may probably have more.
Let me see. Bring up the chat. Okay. And then we can put the paste to join.
Rick Halbert. Hey, Rick, how you doing? Is Rick still in a hospital? If he is, get well, Rick. I'm sorry to hear that.
As Art, what's with the hat, Art?
Oh, I'm filling in for Chris.
Oh. Both Rick and Chris have been.
Yeah.
Chris is still in the hospital?
I don't
Brett
know.
Nunley, hello?
He got moved from ICU to a normal room where he can finally get some rest.
Does he have a COVID?
No.
No, I think he got a stomach bug. He was vomiting quite a bit. Yeah.
I'll let him tell his own medical story. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
That's and Rick is in the chat.
RC Funders versions. Mr. Boricua, he is Puerto Rican. Just want to let everybody know. All 6 people that are here. At least he told me that. I don't know how true it is.
Could be lying to you.
Could be fucking lying. What do I know?
So I got a message from Ray about getting these T-shirts and then telling me there's 25 people coming to Florida.
Yep.
So,
25.
Oh, he says it's true. He is Puerto Rican.
He is Puerto Rican. There you go. I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, RC Fund versions.
Hey.
Oh, Chris got home today. Cool.
Oh, cool. Good. Oz Beach Andy.
What's up, Andy?
Andy.
Good to see you, Andy.
Good morning, buddy. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
From the cellar. Where the hell is he at?
Hello.
Yeah,
hello, Steve. Long time no see.
I know. How are you, Al? Art?
Good.
Jim?
This is a different environment. Where are you at?
Yeah, you must be at on location.
I'm over at
a job site.
over at the building.
So you're at the job site, yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the units here that's been kind of renovated here. So I'm just in here waiting for these guys to clean up so I can get out of here.
Are you the superintendent on the job, Steve? Are you the super?
What's that?
Are you the superintendent, general contractor on the job? Do you have a crew?
I'm operations manager. I'm overseeing the project for rezoning and just doing some tear out here of some previously occupied units that the building is in dire need of updating.
Is that the one? Is that the one that was the bar?
Yep, you know which one it is.
Oh, okay.
Steve, I got some gigs kicking off starting tomorrow. I took some personal leaves off the primary job, and I signed a contract with ACS Framing. And my first location is Mountain View, then is San Francisco. Tomorrow I fly the
Excellent.
M600 Pro, and then the day after that I go to 3 locations. But I'm still not done. Now I have to do the full edit, put it on a report, then send it out to them so they can show stakeholders and people of interest.
Well,
So I'm excited.
congratulations.
Thank you,
Howdy,
sir.
Ron.
I'm sure I'll fuck it up like
Hello,
electric.
Ron.
How have you decided to show the stakeholders? Are you gonna? I was putting it up on YouTube and keep it private.
No, they want the same the same sheet that the guy previous to them was doing it. So he's the one who actually designed the web spread, and I will be plugging and playing it using his website as a beta tester for now. So, which is pretty cool. He was doing actually using a whole bunch of like 360 platforms.
Right.
And now he's a Cornell grad, ex-military guy, CBs, those CB unit.
Yeah.
I suppose. And he's a young guy, dude. He's got to be about 35, 36 out of Cornell. And dude, he's doing good things. I've been with him since I got my Part 107, dude. Starting up. And he's gotten to where he's at now. So he's like, I want you to take these accounts. I was like, okay. So I signed a contract with him.
Awesome.
Kind of like not what you know, but who you know. But I've been doing it so long that I've taken the panels for him. I stitched it for him. He was doing all the plug and play stuff into the apps and stuff like that. Now he's got his software online, Inspect Deploy. Anybody out there is 107, progress monitoring. Need an app. I'm using his app.
Yeah, you showed me that app. I forget what the cost was.
I think the cost you see might have been with cameras, like web cameras, like because they put you probably have them up in your Steve on your job sites, webcams. If you have material out there and stuff like that, 24. Well, he's done with that.
Yeah.
He's done and went to that side of it. He started off with drone and then went to that side, and he's giving me all the drone accounts.
Yeah, we've got security cameras all over the project, so I can remotely pick them up.
Yeah.
How long do you keep your CCTV video for?
For ours, it rolls over. It's we've got how many cameras here? We've got 18 cameras on site.
Hey, Jody.
And we've got two 4 terabyte drives. So we've got the capacity of typically. It's good for 3 days. You can go back and pull it back up because we have it by motion. We don't have them running all the time.
Right. Cool. That's smart. You always see them in these detective shows. They're going around to all the businesses, and then the people have always just scrubbed their DVRs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they're using that stuff to take all the assets into accountability. Why have a security guy out there when you can have, I guess, a webcam and you can call the police directly? So this guy's definitely ventured into that. Hey, Bob Casey, how you doing? So I'm starting that tomorrow. So got to charge up the batteries. What's
your weather? What's your temperature?
I was just outside in the garage. Right now it is 57 degrees. It was raining. It was drizzling. So tomorrow's supposed to be chance of rain, but I'm still going up there, dude. I got some clearance because the first job in South San Francisco is by a Class 8 airport, San Francisco International. My ceiling's only 150 feet, which sucks, but I'll make do with it in prorate.
I did all right with 150 feet. It's not bad.
No, because these are residential units, dude. So they're around there. They're probably like 4 stories, 5 stories. So what's that? Probably 80, 90 feet.
Yeah.
So I'll make do with 100. It'll be a little tight, but I'll get the panels off. I just can't do the overhead shots. Kind of stupid.
These for apartment units?
These are apartment units they build. They do the framing. So they're like the subcontractor, Steve.
Right.
They're like Palisade builders, like the Generals, and Alton's another one. And those guys have their own drone guys. But when I go there, I got to check in with them and say, hey, I'm here for ACS framing. And they're all right, go ahead and do your thing. And the only issue I got to deal with is the cranes. So I usually try to go around break time or lunch because it's kind of like brunch. and then after work. And sometimes those guys want to get out of there. But I can't do it on the weekend. The sites are closed. I guess union rules, so whatever that means.
They quit at 3:00 around here. Is that
they do kind of same around here, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice hours.
Still does. Well, it sucks if you're doing panels because you still have the shadows. You don't want too much shadows on us, right?
Yeah.
But the PT GUI does a really good edit on that stuff. You can actually fix it.
And it's free. PT
GUI, I don't know if it's free. I paid like $100 for it, dude.
It should be free.
No, I don't think we're talking about the same PT GUI. Google it. PT GUI. You're probably thinking of ICE or something like that.
Well, I've used ICE and I've used GIMP.
Yeah. Hey, it's Tomas. Hello, Tomas.
Graphical interface manipulation. Graphical interface manipulation program. GIMP.org.
I've never seen that one, Joe.
It's free.
Or another name for handicappers.
You said it. You said it.
So what's with the cowboy hat here, Art?
I'm filling in for Chris.
You gonna go out on the range here before the snow is and round the cattle up?
Yep, rustle up some grub and then maybe go play on the piano here a little bit.
There you go.
Hey, he said Chris made it home, Steve.
Yeah.
What's that?
Chris is good.
Chris
Yeah.
is out of the hospital. He's home.
He texted me today, and hello to Rick Halber. He's in
he was here.
a rehab center.
He's still here.
Yeah. Hello, Rick.
Hello.
So did you guys see my video I uploaded yesterday?
No, I'm going to be honest with you, Art. I know we're friends on Facebook. Don't fucking message me that you got a video. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't do that to other people, so I don't expect you to do it to me. Fucking phone's ringing and binging, and it's you with your RC review. No, I didn't see it.
Or me. Al and I tried to exchange a project from Final Cut Pro to DaVinci Resolve. Now, you remember, Steve, that course I had for whatever, that master course for DaVinci Resolve.
Right.
Son of a bitch. He's sitting there saying to conform projects, you just import the XML file. Everything's wonderful. Well, Al and I are sitting there doing that, and we're just getting the code, the XML code, like a spreadsheet. What the fuck? You got to have the project. You got to have the project in order to...
The original video files to see the whole timeline out. So that's one thing they didn't tell Jim about the XML file.
No.
He had to pay $1,000 and watch 10 videos.
I hope you downloaded the videos.
No comment.
No.
He's from New York. What do you think, Steve? I'm going to repeat myself. He's from New York. What do you think, Steve?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know nothing. I see nothing.
I just say I know nothing and leave it at that.
Hang tough, Rick. Yeah, Rick's been having some rough times.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Milk a few cows, Art, Bob Casey says. So I was hoping that Ray Kelly would jump on and tell us what he's got going. I keep getting emails from him to pay for a T-shirt, and then I did through PayPal. I got a PayPal email, and I hit the pay, and then he tells me he made a mistake and paid someone. He paid someone $15, of which PayPal took a cut of 74 cents. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
If I pay you, it takes a cut? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It takes a percentage. I think it's like 2.9%. Well, at least when I was using the invoices.
It's cheaper than credit cards. We use it for our nonprofit, our boating nonprofit, instead of having to have, credit card processing or anything. It's just a lot easier because all you have to do then you get notifications that the payment came through, the donation came through.
Right.
And being a nonprofit, we're a little less than what, a business would be using it as a nonprofit. But in one day, it's from PayPal into your bank. So you can't beat it.
Yeah.
It always takes me 3 days to transfer money into it, though. Well, they say it may take up to 3 days.
For it says 1 to 3, but ours typically for getting money out is only 1 business day.
Yeah, but it's got to be a direct transfer from your bank account. Then they take an additional percentage off of it.
No, it just goes straight in, no additional cost.
Yes,
just
yes.
PayPal.
Okay.
Yes. I've had that because when I take it from my account and put it into PayPal, they don't take any money.
Okay.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah. Tomas is telling you right. You can send money via friends in PayPal, and they don't take a cut. There's something you have to hit. I'm not that familiar with PayPal. I just use it.
I did invoicing through PayPal, and when I got paid through PayPal, and I wanted direct deposit, like within that day, like right now, they took a cut of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want it instantly, it's
plus more than 2.9%.
Yeah, it's a 1%, a minimum of a 1% fee, but no more than $10 to have it done the same day.
Hey, do you guys see what's behind me?
The games?
No, fuck the games.
What?
Oh, a drone?
I see a white box.
I see a couple. It looks like a couple hanging on the wall. Yeah, what is that white box?
Oh yeah, that's his drone they crashed with those fancy schmancy props he bought.
Look at that. Let's turn it around.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that.
Now, Al, where do you think that crash started at?
Look. I'm telling you, Jim. Look, when I fired up in front of the house, I wasn't in the air very long. I was not in the air very long, Jim. And when I first, did the automatic, fire up, power up the motors.
Right.
I could see the back kind of spinning. It just didn't look right. So, you take it through sequence and you take it through steps. And the next step was to, manual lift off the ground. Right. And it was hovering. It wasn't doing much. But, I was looking at the back props and it was spinning. It just still didn't look right. So I took it up more and it was about close to 50 feet, dude. And I went down to look because I was going to use it in tomorrow's job. And I was setting some points, dude, and no sooner than I looked up because I started to hit the stick to come down, I hear like plastic. Like, you know that sound when props hit plastic?
Yeah.
So, God, then the props didn't break. But look at the bend on it. Look at the bend on it.
Yeah.
Look at the bend on it, right? So look, these things are pretty tough in terms of how they're built.
Yes, that's a thick shell.
I'm not fucking doing this right. I'm a fucking bonehead. On this leading edge on the opposite end is white paint. White paint coming from here, dude. How can this even bend like that? Even the ones that don't break bend like that. So I'm thinking they're not properly balanced. And and that's the plastic I heard. And it was quick. It was just like lowering down. This shit must have kept on like hitting it. And then maybe a crack developed. And then I got caught in that vortex ring state, and it just fucking dropped. Next thing I noticed is just straight boom. I'm glad nothing was around.
I got the same kind from my what was it? Oh, my Phantom 3 Advance.
Right.
Put these on there, and this thing just shaped all over the place. I
should have not taken off when I seen the thing like oscillating, and I knew it. I had it in me because the Evo 2 was the same thing, and that's how I got that chip that day from those props. That's why they don't ship the new Evo 2s with the old props. They're the low noise props. So anyway, I think that's what I'm a victim of. I've called those people. I've emailed them. I've even did a little video that in 2 days got 800 views. Who would have known? But
yeah, because I have a pair of them myself that I bought as a backup for the Mavic 2 Pro and haven't used them. I bought them on Adrian Mateo on his say-so because he loves them. And the next thing I know, everybody's having problems with them. They are so friggin' thin and flexible. I can bend the damn thing down like this.
The only reason why I got them, because you remember, I used them on the orange ones. I got 2 sets, the orange ones, on my Mavic fucking 2, and I flew on that thing for years, for at least 2 years, year and a half with these things.
With these,
no issues, no vibrations. I open them up before I start, and the whole rigmarole. And yeah, dude, I wouldn't put them back on. I took them off and put the OEM back on, and I won't be fixing that. That's just
I've got them for the original Mavic Pro, and I love them. They're great.
These are the master air screws.
Master air screw props. They work. The Mavic 2 platform. I'm not lying. I think they work beautifully. I just went through an incident, whether it was because the vortex ring state, or something else. Because honestly, I don't think it could have been anything else. I look at the files at Air Data, and there was no ESAC that went out or anything like that.
Right.
Anything like that. The only warning popped up was a resetting of the home point.
Because it's not going to tell you anything if there's an incorrection with the props. It's only looking at the internals. The ESC.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on Air Data, see some burnt ESEC or something like that, and ESC, and no, hey Bob.
Hey,
Bob.
Big Bob Casey, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Good to see you, Bob.
Well, Bob, I'm going to have to just say hello, goodbye, because I got to get out of here, guys. I've got to leave the project. So yeah, so
he's good. He's from Southern California. He wants pizza and wine. That's why.
No, that's righty.
Take care, Steve.
Thank you, Jim. Good to see you, Al.
See you,
Art,
Steve.
good to see you, sir. And Bob, good to see you. And everybody in chat,
Steve.
take care. Bye-bye.
Later, dude.
Hey Al, who do you report that to? Do you report that to Master Air Screw or to DJI?
What do I report? I reported it to Facebook. I did a video on YouTube. I sent them an email, and I called them and left a voice message. And yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting to get anything. I'm not fixing it. That's just going to be a conversation piece. It's going to stay there. I actually got a used one, the camera and drone only, for $625. Bought it off a guy I've done business before in Arizona. So I bit the bullet, and I'm going to use it for the jobs that I got coming off. So
yeah,
it's a tax write-off. I never fly that thing anyway. It was more for commercial work,
There you go.
and backup, right?
Backup, but I think it's probably just as good as the Mavic 2 Pro, if not better. Especially if you're
No,
doing
the
panels.
Mavic
And
2 Pro's got the better sensor.
it's the same sensor, isn't it?
Nah.
It's a Sony sensor? Oh,
You know what? They have never come out and said who's making their sensors.
Phantom 4 Pro is optical. It's not digital.
No, yeah.
Mavic 2 Pro is digital. So I could spin and take pictures, and I won't get that fucking funny-looking shape on the images.
And that Pro 2 has that mechanical shutter.
Bob, you know what I'm talking about.
That's the advantage on that. Wow. I don't think DJI is going to touch this. They're going to tell you, well, you should have used our props. Too bad.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not going to call DJI. That drone is version 1 Phantom 4 Pro. I would be leery to put those props on a Phantom 4, any Phantom 4. I would be, I wouldn't purchase those props.
You said you had about 50 feet up. I told him I would try to catch it.
No, knowing me, Bob, I probably would have got knocked out. I'd have been laying on the driveway.
I would have, though.
I have thrown myself in harm's way to try and catch the Inspire coming out of a tree.
Yeah.
And
well, the props are not spinning then. I'm not going to fucking do it.
When that thing's coming at your face, you kind of change your mind at the last second.
I think it was so surreal that I froze there like, fuck.
What do those props cost you, Al?
Those props cost like 20. They were cheaper than the actual OEM props. So I think I want to say 24, 25.
Yeah.
I want to say 25.
Pay California taxes and get screwed. And it's a little bit more than what you would ask for.
The ones I got are
28.
carbon fiber.
Yeah, 20.
Not
I would say
mine.
that. Even 30, close to 30.
I paid $28 for these for my MA2, And but the only reason why I did, I waited to see what was going on with Russ and Kelly.
Yeah.
They said that they manufacturing got their thing straightened out. So I thought, okay, let's get a pair. So I'll let you know what's going on. Mine. They did great on my first Air. You know, the original Air. They did great.
You know who else did a video was connection, lens camera connection. You know, Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie Bronx. He did
Capture connection live. Capture live connection.
My apologies. And I don't think he's seen any oscillation in the props, so it might have been a batch of bad props. Not saying that could have been what I went through with the Phantom 4 Pro
It's the
prop.
box that says Al.
Just says Al, fuck him right here.
Yeah, here you go. This one's special for Al.
I think that they're so
They even
thin.
put a tube of Vaseline in it.
They're so thin and flexible that I wouldn't depend on them. I haven't had them on the Mavic 2 Pro yet.
You were saying a lot about that, and they are flexible. In fact, my last Mavic 2 Pro video, flying in San Francisco in the Bay Area, you know, the Bay, around the Bay Bridge, I had the Master Air Screw props on, the orange ones. I've been flying with those on that drone for a long time, and was completely confident in them. And then I figured, you know what, I'm going to buy it for the Phantom 4 because that's one less thing I have to do. When I'm doing a pre-flight check, is put props on, right? I start thinking about that. You start making money, you want to get up in the air as fast as you can. So you're trying to eliminate things. So I thought that would be a good purchase because I've had them before. They worked well with the Mavic 2. But, you know, I'm not even going to blame the Master Air Screw props. That could have just been that Vortex ring state, Jim.
Yeah, but
you're talking about.
Even when I'm talking about that, when my drones, if I bring them straight down, they do a wobble like this.
Okay, that's how I usually fly my drone in a pattern.
That's
when I'm
why
in that bad air, right?
But I always fly towards me and come down at the same time.
Exactly. So I had 15 minutes to get into a meeting on Zoom. I fucking didn't think about that. It was okay. Let me test these props. I got to get them up. I'm going to use it for this job, just move on to the next thing, like multitasking, like we all do. And maybe I took it for granted, dude. I came down, and I just came down in the same bad air I was flying above, just straight down.
Yeah, I do try and get my props from DJI, but I wanted to check out that the Master Air Screws because Adrian loved them so much. So I bought a pair of them, and apparently everybody was buying them.
Yeah, that's when I bought mine.
Yeah, I have 2 sets here. Anybody wants them? Email me. I'll send you them.
You're giving somebody your headache?
Actually, they're the Mavic 2 Pro. I've flown with those props on the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom for a long time. As long as they've been out in business in terms of that platform.
That is a thick shell on that Phantom 4. For it to crack that shell, I mean...
Well, somebody made the comment, Dan who does FPV, said he thinks, how about if the arm hit the concrete? And it cracked that way. And I was like, no, dude, you don't understand. That arm up there is clean. There's no scratches on it. It's not busted up. Neither is the prop. It just has that white paint on it. And before it came down, what did I hear? You guys all know how prop sounds when it hits plastic or something. Yeah. You know that sound. We've been flying like the that's what I fucking heard.
Bicycle tire.
It's exactly, Carlos. How you doing? And that's what I heard. And
so that's Bob Casey. Take a good look at Mr.
Yeah,
Bob
he's
Casey.
getting ready to go to his Shriners meeting.
Shriners. He looks like he's ZZ
for 8 months.
He's a ZZ Top stunt double.
I ain't going to no Shriners meeting.
He's got the best YouTube beard now.
Looks like Art's going to a Brokeback Mountain.
Do I need to put on another hat for you, Art, or what? Tell me.
Bob, your internet's working pretty good today. What's up with that?
I'm all through my phone.
Last time I remember seeing you.
Yeah.
On the phone?
All through my phone.
Oh,
okay.
The phone is better than the computer, and that's sad.
Yeah, it's coming in nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Brian.
Yeah.
Hey, B-Mac.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
How you doing?
Trouble.
B-Mac.
Did you see Al's drone?
Shut up. I'm only on here to meet Bob Casey.
Oh, that's it. Forget about the drone. We're not talking about the drone. It's all about Bob right here.
It's all about Bob.
I think people are in awe of seeing Bob. Not too many people have actually seen his face.
That hat looks like a sprinkler fitter hat.
It's been a long time since I've been on. I think it was Jim's show the last time I was on.
Yeah, I
It's been
remember.
a while. Been a good while.
You know, you look nothing like what I pictured. I don't know why. But
What did you
cool.
picture?
I don't know, more of a Brian looking.
Be careful,
Carlos,
he's
is
a
it the-
big boy.
Is it
Bob's
the
a big boy.
camouflage
He's bigger than
Shriners
me.
hat? You look good, Bob.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
a ZZ Top stunt double, I'm telling you. He's happening.
ZZ
I like that
Top.
beard.
Oh, man. I'm thinking about getting all this cut off. It's getting ridiculous.
I saw
And you
Brokeback
know,
Mountain.
This started with a challenge from my sons. They said, "Dad, we never seen you in a beard." I said, "Yeah, you've seen me in a beard, but I was 94, I grew it out." They said, "We want to see you grow one." So I said, "Okay, let's do it." This
Wow.
was starting September. It's been about, 15, 16 months. So I said, "Okay, let's do it."
Wow.
It started going out, and next thing I know, I said, "Man, this is getting too long. I'm ready to cut it." "No, man, you said you was going to keep it on." I said, "Look, guys, I got two boys, and they're both big old boys. The youngest is about 6'5", 300. The oldest is 6'4".
Is he playing football?
No.
Really?
But they're out there making money. That's what matters.
Oh, okay.
They're ballet
They're
dancers.
older.
But it started with that, and then my dad had 6 brothers, and with the 6 brothers that he had, the youngest one of the family is left, and he was the biggest one of the brothers. And he looked at me and he said, "Look, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge you to grow your beard till April." And I said, "Look, man, I done been through these challenges." I said, "I'm ready to cut this crap off." And he said, "Well, let's grow till April." I called him yesterday. I said, "Look, man, I'm ready to put the scissors to this, because usually all I keep is just a mustache, short hair. You wouldn't recognize me." I'm thinking what I'm going to do is do a time lapse, a hyperlapse, and let my barber, same guy's cut my hair for years, let him cut it and do a time lapse. Yeah, cut it all off.
Oh, you're taking it all out. Wow.
Brian.
You're going to cut it off in stages?
No, I'm going to get this zippity zap. It's all going to go. I'm getting tired of it.
It's a lot to maintain.
It's not really hard to maintain. It's just I wear a lot of bibs and I wear galluses, and they get hung up in it. They get hung up in my shirt. It's and I don't like the look. I'm started the woolly bully look.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'd much rather be clean cut. But
even sleeping with it, no? Doesn't it get itchy after a while? Or, I don't know.
Come on. Next you're gonna ask me, do I sleep with it in the covers or out of the covers?
I tried it. I can't do it.
Hey Jim, Mike Kinney said hi, and the drone veteran said hi.
I got him.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, didn't I get him?
Carlos grows the Indian beard. It's Apache.
There you go.
Apache, get it?
Well, I got it, but not the funny part.
You got to explain our jokes.
The funny part was not there, but he tried. E for effort.
So
I'm going to listen while I work.
Who's all going to the meetup in Florida?
I'd like to say yes, but
there you go. Jim was talking about that, and we got sidetracked. He said Ray Kelly was supposed to be on.
I got no idea, man. Bob, do you know anything about this?
He said up to 20 people. The 20th of March or 21st.
I got
21st. Yeah.
I heard Ray Kelly said yesterday, if you're coming, he said there's a place they're going to. It's got plenty of benches, and the way it looks, you better bring a chair.
Yeah, you should bring a folding chair.
I'm gonna bring a folding
Mike Kenny says he's going.
How many hours you guys going to be out there for? Just out of curiosity, not like I'm going. Just, never been to it.
I would think a whole day thing, and then maybe in the next day.
Is it going to be like spin up?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think it's just going to be a meetup, and then you just do whatever. It's what it sounds like.
It's probably going to be more of a barbecue than more flying.
Just FYI, do not fly more than 5 drones at a time.
Why?
Might be too many.
Controllers.
Channels.
You have to have one person calling out the different heights.
Yeah.
Nobody can be channels can interfere with each other if you have too many.
No, I've flown many DJI drones at once.
They had 10 or 15 drones up at Spin Up last time.
Okay.
The only problem is FPV with DJI drones. That's an issue.
I can't believe I missed you there, Brian. I was there.
I got you. And the funny thing about it, I've got pictures of you somewhere. I know I do. Because
I started looking at mine, and I started seeing pictures of Dean, the old codger. I seen pictures of him. Of course, I met Chris and Steve, and I met Art. and I met Dobo and Sean Oz and Rodney. I met Rodney, but other than that, I didn't meet anybody else. I mean,
I think
it's
Ken
good.
Dono is coming.
That's
Because
good.
he only lives over in Tampa anyway. I say that, but they make it harder than hell to get over here because you can't go across Florida. You have to go up and around to get to one side to the other. It's a royal pain in the ass. But
Kind of sounds like it's going to be crowded though with people. I don't like people. I mean, you know what I mean. Not the people going, but
I
the.
understand what you're saying.
Adrian?
I completely understand. Hey, is Carlos a New Yorker?
Yes, I am. Got beat up with snow, man.
I completely understand.
Beat up with snow.
What? No.
Carlos, did you see my winter pics today on Facebook?
I don't do Facebook.
Oh, damn, that's right. You missed those then, man.
Yeah,
I had some harsh winter pics today. Took them with my Mavic Zoom.
Nice.
There's Ron. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Looking down on us.
You were on earlier. What happened?
Long story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello, brother
Once
Ron.
upon a time. Once upon a time.
Hello.
Good evening, brother.
And Mateo is in the chat as well.
Bob,
Yeah, we got 18 inches. The cars, they're plowed up to like the top of the door.
Bob wants you to smile. He's going to beat your ass.
Bob wants you to smile.
Who, me?
Would you say that about Al?
Oh, I'm not going to stay on long. I just popped in to say hi. I got to go to work, and I just had my second COVID shot today, and I am not doing well.
Oh boy!
Oh crap!
I was wondering about that. I heard you say that today on Canadian Joan Hub.
Yeah.
What's that got you feeling like?
Yeah, it's a lot.
My
of
wife's
snow.
going to get hers next week, so I'm kind of curious to see how you're doing. Feeling like crap or what?
Yeah, head's just throbbing, and this time I got a GI problem.
Oh no!
It shouldn't last
Got to
long.
stay
I would
close
think.
to the bathroom.
So I don't
That's
know if
always
I'm going
fun.
to make it throughout the whole night shift or not. I don't know.
Are you allowed to call in sick?
Well, I'm going in, but if I obviously can't eat or drink anything. That lasts all about 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah, but man, what about that 3-hour drive?
What choice do I have, Jim?
I know.
Can you take little sips of water, like an ounce at a time or a half ounce at a time? Not even that. Ice chips. Ice chips.
Yeah, you can, but I'll be all right till. I just don't want to get in that position. But if the stomach, I'm going to stop at the store and get something on the way in.
You don't think it might be just worth staying home for a day, especially since
I can. I'm up. I'm already up here.
Oh, okay.
And
Stay hydrated, Ron. Stay hydrated.
I don't know if you guys know, but Chris Hope is home.
yeah, I talked to him today. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I didn't even know he was in the hospital until he called me Sunday.
What happened?
He was feeling weak. What was it? Some keto issues? Or?
PKA.
Right.
It's a diabetic problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he was kind of sick for a couple of days in the ICU.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah, too many of our friends' guys are getting sick, and I don't like
I just
that.
had a very good friend of mine who I've known for over 40 years pass away from COVID at 70 just a few days ago.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh.
You sure it was COVID? I'm starting to wonder.
She was hospitalized for a month
For
They put her-
COVID,
for COVID, and they put her on a ventilator for the last 2 weeks. And
that's what killed her. The
I
ventilator.
had a neighbor that his property joins mine.
I'm sorry to say that so nonchalant, but
He got the
and
COVID and went in the hospital and went in good health. 3 weeks later, he was dead.
Wow.
was he on a
So,
ventilator?
It affects people different. That's what I'm worried about, Ron. You're saying you feel like crud. I'm worried about my mother. She's 82-year-old woman, and I'm worried about her getting this
She
shot.
don't give it to her. What does she need it for?
Well, everybody's going to have to
I
get
couldn't-
vaccinated. At
I
some point or
couldn't talk
another.
my mother into it. She's going to be 87. She says
Well,
hell, she won't even
Joe,
take blood pressure medicine. My mother. You kidding me? They've been trying to get her to take that for years. She won't do it.
holy cow. 5 people?
I think
That's
she'd rather do
insane.
that than to put up with the risk of catching the COVID, I mean, I caught it, and it was tough. I had 2
Supposedly,
days, man. I just couldn't get out of bed. That ain't me. I'm
Ron,
used up. I just couldn't move.
the COVID vaccine is supposed to help your immune system fight the COVID, right?
Correct. It's supposed to keep you, as they say, 95% immune, but it does not stop you if
Gotcha.
you have it
Well,
from
Ron,
passing.
my oldest son got it, and at the same time, he threw a blood clot in his leg. At the same time, he's 36 years old.
You cut off a little bit. What happened to his leg? You
He caught a blood clot, deep vein,
Oh.
DVT. He got DVT in his leg.
Thrombosis.
Common to that.
COVID and a blood clot at the same time.
Oh
So
boy.
I think it was attributed to COVID. You know,
Well,
I really do.
part of the I don't even know what word I want to use. It's part of the inheritance of it. Yeah, there's a lot of people develop clots in their lungs.
It works
As
some
a,
blood vessels. You're right.
wait, before or after? Before, like,
They-
as a result of COVID, you're saying?
I think our news is, let's call it muted, because Matt from Matt Northeast, he shared some articles with me where people, they were giving it to babies, and babies in Greenland were dying from the vaccine.
I did see that video.
Why are
I've heard
you
of
giving
different
it to
stories.
babies?
And they've had some problems in Australia too. So I don't think Australia is going to allow the vaccine.
Really? Did they say
I was
that in the
really,
video?
I was really leery about Ron getting this second shot of it.
I don't like the whole idea of it personally.
You know,
I'm against it.
Hey, Michael Blake.
It makes you wonder the way it came on so quick if there's enough research been done on it. You know,
It can't be, of course not, because it takes usually 2 years plus to develop vaccines. Everybody's in my I don't want to say it.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist.
No, Ron just got the shot, but I don't want to say it. I believe personally that they're using people as guinea pigs, basically.
Well,
Just
Isn't
for the
Johnson
sake-
Johnson coming out with one? Isn't
Just for
Johnson
the
Johnson
sake-
coming out with
They could have waited. They killed, well, whatever. They
It's
killed the
Pfizer.
economy. Everything sucks.
I thought Johnson
I don't think they
Johnson
would've started
was
with
coming out with
the health field,
with
though. If
a
it was going to be guinea pigs, they wouldn't start with the health field, and that's where they started. First
They
responders
sh-
and health fields getting their vaccinations first. So I just think Ron will be over it in a day or so, 24 hours. Just what it.
I got a call from Health First, which is my Florida health insurance. They said they will not be, it's a mass phone call that they give to everybody who's on their insurance. They will not be distributing the vaccine, period. Don't ask for it. We're not giving it to you.
Well, they said out here, Kaiser, at the current rate they're distributing or inoculating people, it would take them 4 years for people, all of their members, to get vaccinated. All 9+ million people.
There's also
That's
less.
under Kaiser Medical.
There's also less flu virus now, right, Ron? There's not as much flu as in
No.
the past.
Well, the percentage of death from COVID is the same as the flu. If you look at the
Oh, the
presidential,
numbers. Oh, yeah.
if you look at the presidential press briefing numbers.
Not only that, you add suicide and
Yeah.
poverty.
And
People
no
are
one
gonna
has
be
died of flu
dying.
this year.
I'm just so sick of all of it. You know,
Different strokes, different folks, man. I wouldn't say I don't believe it, and I wouldn't say I don't believe it.
You
I
don't
know
believe
people
what?
who've gotten it, and I know
Oh,
people
I believe that COVID exists. I don't believe in the
Yeah.
vaccine.
Well, Ron, what's it doing to you? What you feeling like?
You know, a month ago when I got the first one, I had a real scary feeling, almost like a spinal contusion, where I got a nuts and tingling down the back of my head, my neck, my entire back, arms, chest, everything, and then a severe headache.
How long afterwards?
About 30 to 45 minutes.
Whoa.
Oh, after the time they let you go, because it's what, the 30-minute mark, right? Or 15-minute mark.
You know, I did the same thing today. They said, well, stay 30 minutes. So I did. And it was about an hour and a half later, things just started going downhill. I mean, I slept last night at work. We didn't have any flights. So I got a good night's sleep. What did I do today? I slept 4.5 hours today. Right after that.
I think for me, out of sheer panic, because I get bad panic attacks, I would be tripping out. I'd be like a crackhead out in the street.
I would have been panicking going to the hospital to sit down and
that
let
too.
somebody prick me. I don't. You
I
know,
was nervous today. You know, my partner backed out. She was supposed to get hers. She backed out, and
You ever hear? I know Ron has heard it. White coat syndrome. You've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
I suffer from that. So I go to the doctor. He takes my blood pressure, and he's ready to, with his prescription, write me high blood pressure medicine. I said, dude, go away and come back. Sure enough, he comes back. I relax myself. I lower my blood pressure.
Yeah.
But they're quick to give you
Don't like
medicine.
reading that shit.
I don't like that's crazy. Not doing it.
And Ron, if you don't mind me asking, you could say no. Do you have to take the shot in order to continue to work where you're at?
No, it's voluntary.
So it's voluntary. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just curious.
But like I said, guys, I'm no different than any of you. But sometimes being in healthcare,
You're a first responder. You're a lot different than me.
days with all this, I'm tired of the media. I'm tired of the politicians. You don't know what to believe anymore. And just this week alone, our company airlifted 3 patients that just got their second shot.
What?
Within hours.
I'm telling you, it's not.
What was their Can you say what their diagnosis was? Like, what were they suffering from when you first went there?
One of them was real severe respiratory.
Damn.
What the other 2 were, but
No facial paralysis or anything.
I don't know.
None of that.
It wasn't my aircraft, but it was one of.
I've seen different videos with a lot of nasty stuff. Even they were even saying, what is it? What is it? Something RNA.
mRNA.
mRNA, yeah.
Yeah, that you take this, and then all of a sudden you have something that looks like the COVID. It's going to start producing anti-COVID, and it's going to make it worse. I heard. It's just, I don't know. The lady explained it, but I've been talked out of it. I'm not doing it.
I don't know what to believe. I mean, COVID.
I'd rather die of COVID than die of something that was supposed to help me for COVID. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I mean, how many people work in hospitals for years and years around people with the flu and they haven't been wearing masks? They just treat them.
Yeah.
Because we built this
mask doesn't. I know if Art farts now, Bob Casey with a mask will still smell it. He said, the mask it's not going to help him. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying it's just. Mike Nitrain made a point. He goes, "Let me tell you something. If I fart through my jeans and through my boxes and you smell it, you think the mask is going to help you?"
Well, the fact is that is true. They wear surgical masks so that what's coming out of your mouth, because there's always some spittle coming out of your mouth. So you're covering up so you're not infecting someone else during an operation. That's where the masks came from. They're not N95 masks that are filtering the air.
Protecting yourself from, or you're protecting others from yourself, I should say.
Right.
And that's the other thing. These fucking politicians in this media, like, oh, God forbid it, you are going to hell if you don't wear a mask.
Right.
Whoa. Are you saying Florida's getting like California?
On how else you can catch things?
I've been here for a while.
This thing the other day. Paper and tissue products, 3 hours the virus remains on. Copper, 4 hours. Cardboard, 24. Wood, 2 days. Cloth, 2 days. Stainless steel, 2 to 3 days. Polypropylene plastic, 3 days. Glass, 4. Guess what? Money, 4 days.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Every day. You exchange money at the store every day. So they're saying, oh, God forbid, he didn't wear a mask, and he's the one that transmitted it. You know what? Screw you. It pisses me off.
You know how much drugs are on money? They do tests. There's cocaine, there's methamphetamines, there's all kinds of drugs on a dollar bill.
Oh, God, yeah.
And fortunately, you've been getting exposed to that for years. So your body builds up antiviruses.
Yeah.
Or white blood cells, blah, 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 antibodies.
So if you don't have money, you're probably healthier. That's the thing here. That's the takeaway I'm getting.
They're trying to go away from a money society by using these damn debit cards and all that.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
I refuse to do that.
And
look at the crisis of 2008.
So are you holding out for the number on your forehead, Jim, or are you just going to pass on the debit cards? Just wondering.
I only use a debit card. I don't use credit cards.
Well, guys, I'm going to get going. I apologize for my demeanor tonight. This is not normal for me. I hope you guys are.
Ron, good to see you.
Hang in there, Ron.
You work tomorrow, Ron? No, hopefully you don't.
He works today.
I'm going home tomorrow.
Oh, you're at the actual. You're at your job. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what a trooper, dude. I would have been out of there.
Drive home in the morning, so.
hopefully, if you don't have to go out and make a run, you can sit back and relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Bob, it'll be a pleasure to meet you down there in Florida.
Same here, brother.
Yeah. And
Looking forward to it.
Brian, wish you were coming, man.
Same here, bud. So you are going, Ron?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Cool.
Man, all I got to say is to anybody and everybody that goes, take lots of video.
Oh, there'll be plenty of video.
Yep.
360, everything, right, Ron?
Yep.
Practicing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think a few of them's going to go live while we're there. But, I don't know the itinerary. That's the only thing. The spin up, we had a regular itinerary.
Itinerary is you go fly with your packs,
Well,
you eat your own lunch, and then provide for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And I know that. I'm sure we can all figure out something to do. But I'm saying if you get a bunch of guys that are flying all over the country coming there, it's nice to have something to do and something scheduled or speakers or guests, You know what I'm saying, guys.
Yeah.
Barbecue, or maybe you guys
fishing
go to
gear,
a
too.
restaurant and all eat there and break bread.
But whichever the case, I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting a bunch of these guys because this community, I'm telling you, is the best community on YouTube, and it really is.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from you guys picking up tips along the ways. It's helped me, and I've seen us support each other, and that's what it's all about, man. To me, it's just a great community. Great bunch of guys. I've never seen anybody be rude. I've never seen anybody get harsh. It's just everybody's it's like a big group and saying, let's help each other. Let's do what we can to have a good time. And that's why I'm here, man. I enjoy all you guys. I really do.
Yeah,
we learn from each other, which is the best way to do it, because we're the ones flying.
And we have guys that are Part 107s. We have guys that are hobbyists. And we don't inflict on each other. You can, be your Part 107, be your hobbyist, whatever. But we have that one thing in common. We like to fly. And that's great, man. I mean, I do really love to fly. I fly a lot. I mean, I probably fly too much.
No such thing. No such thing.
Tell that to my wife.
In the short period of time I had the Mavic Air,
Wives that are the problems.
if you allow them to be. But anyway, the short time I had the Mavic Air, I flew over 500,000 feet, according to my little DJI app.
It's even easier to fly FPV, Carlos, because I find myself, I'm not flying my drone, my GPS drone. I put on the goggles, I'm in the backyard, and I fly fucking around the house.
It's beautiful.
I do too. Same thing. But I had every intention of just staying a viewer supporter. That's what I wanted to do, just stay a viewer supporter. And then the footage kept building up. I kept hitting that record button and looking at it for me and myself, and next thing I thought, well, I got to try this. And then after doing a few videos, I started liking it. I started enjoying that part of it. And that's a little intriguing to me, And so when the fun's done, I'm done. But right now it's fun, and I hope it stays that way.
It should.
Yeah. Carlos, are you coming?
I'm gonna do my best to try. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
It'll be a pleasure to meet you, Carlos.
Yeah, definitely. Is that I don't know. That hat reminds me of a fitter's hat, a pipe fitter's hat. Here in the city, the pipe fitters wore a small hat like that. The one that you're wearing, Bob Casey. Yeah.
Do I need to change hats, man?
No, I like it. I actually like it.
No, I just get sick of everybody's comment.
Let's put my Cabela's on. I feel a little better there.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
You broke it in nice.
Pro. That's Bass Pro out here.
Yeah, well, guys, have a good night. We'll talk to you all later.
Be safe.
Ron. Oops.
Take care,
Ron.
Good to see you, Ron. Take care, man.
Take care, Ron.
Well, you don't look like he's feeling too good at all.
No, that whole shotgun scares the crap out of him.
Oh, that's from a shot? And now tomorrow he's got to drive. Is that the 3-hour drive home?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wow.
Bring toilet paper when you're caught in the middle of nowhere, right?
What a trouble. I would just stay there.
I bet you he has it anyway. He seems like a Boy Scout kind of mentality. Be prepared.
Oh, yeah. He's a trouble.
If I had to guess.
But you see how some of them are refusing to get it, even in the medical field.
You don't have to. I thought it was mandatory.
No.
I found out it's not.
I thought it was, man. That's why I asked him. He said it was by choice.
Yeah,
Well,
voluntary.
that's good.
But the only thing that's mandatory that I don't like is the mask. Imagine, I don't know, has anybody here worn the mask? I know Art does, like for 8 hours a day or 6 hours a day
Yep,
straight.
My son has to wear it at work at Costco. He's
That's
wearing
what I'm saying.
all day.
I couldn't do it.
His beard is almost like Bob.
And no issues with his face or anything? Your wife does, you said, Bob?
Yeah, she's a nurse. She's a nurse in the school system, so
How does she?
she has
how does
to.
she? No, I know, but how does she put up with it? She hates it. She just got used to it. What does she say?
She just got used to it.
Yeah.
It's just part of just her. It's like me. If I was on the job, if I'm up in these power plants and I'm working and I got to wear a respirator, part of it, you know?
Yeah.
Tomorrow when I go out to those sites, they told me I have to wear a mask. When I'm on site, on location, I got to wear a mask.
That's the most thing. That's what I laugh about the most. You're out in the open air, and there's people not wearing masks, and you'll see the odd person wearing a mask. And then if you watch people drive by in their cars, the idiots have the mask on in the car.
I think those people could be what are they called? The
Stupid.
that. I wasn't going to say it like that, but it could be the people who pick up people.
But they have the windows closed with the mask on.
Yep.
And then the best thing is the joggers running with the mask on.
Oh, I couldn't do that. Maybe they're trying to get better health. I don't know.
No, they're just trying to die quicker. I never understood. I mean, here, like in Manhattan, people jog. Who wants to jog near carbon, what is it, carbon monoxide coming out of cars? Take a good deep breath of shitty air. I don't know. It just seems counterproductive to me.
Yeah, there's Ray Kelly right there.
Pete Carroll says that they are going to start giving the vaccine in February and March, late February, early March.
In Australia.
Yeah, that's different from what I had heard.
If I'm not mistaken, you cannot go into Australia unless you have a vaccine. So I won't be visiting Australia.
Wait a minute. We better ask Peter that. We better ask Peter Carroll that.
You cannot visit Australia unless you get a vaccine.
Is that true, Peter Carroll? Turn off Judge Judy and answer this.
I know that a lot of places still have that 14-day quarantine again.
I thought they lowered it to 10, no?
I don't. Who do you watch for news? I mean,
I don't. Every now and
truth.
then I listen to the radio, the traffic report, and they give me like 7 minutes of, recaps.
Oh, the news out here, I find myself, I watch it all the time, but you only take what you can take, like the weather.
I can't.
And all the other stuff, it's all
I don't do
bad
news anymore.
Well, it turned out, I hate to see stuff that actually qualifies the fact that there's fake news. And then I think I sent that thing to you, Al, of Nancy Pelosi off of CSPN, whatever the hell that.
MSNBC?
No, it's that one that's always on.
Oh, C-SPAN.
C-SPAN.
Yeah.
She's sitting there telling you that they start the lies, the press picks up on it, and then it becomes the truth. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So fake news is really true. So, okay, now who do you go to? Okay, so I didn't believe that shit. So I watched Netflix.
That's why you got to watch them, all of them.
There's a thing on Netflix from the New York Times. The New York Times reporters are sitting there watching the TV and reporting. What happened to vetting something or investigative journalism?
Fact checking.
Can you vet anymore? It's all about someone getting the news fastest to somebody and be the one who got it, right? So that's why social media does that shit.
That's what they were worried about, Al.
Yeah,
they just refer it to unknown source, some unknown source or a secret source or this or that.
Sources say that you've been blah, 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 blah.
You got to listen to news from other countries, too.
You do. I was listening to news from India. This one channel is
India, Russia, who knows, everywhere. England.
Actually, and on it.
Who knows? You can't. And then even YouTube has good channels. Good channels.
What happened to the guys like Walter Cronkite, who all they did was report the news?
But you guys do understand that any news station has a script that they have to read. It's not like these guys are out there and they have independent to freely say what they want to say.
What they want
they have to read what their writer has. So even that is being produced.
Sorry, Brian.
Oh, Brian, you're
muted, Brian. Unless you're talking with your hand.
Whoa.
It's a hand language. We didn't hear you, Brian.
How about now?
Yes,
Yes.
We can't hear you.
I heard that. How about now?
Moderator. Okay, I think I got you, bud.
Well, Jim, I gotta get ready for bed.
Nighty night
Thanks
time.
again for having me in.
Take care,
Take
Art.
care, everybody, and stay out of trouble.
Testing one.
Later, Art. Have a good one.
Take care, Art.
Heard that,
All
Brian.
right.
Okay.
We heard your
Good
testing.
night,
I
Art.
can't hear y'all.
Good night.
Thank you, buddy.
See you, Art.
Hey, I was gonna say, what happened, Brian? Are you using that? Are you using the mic from the headset?
Ray, that's Bob. The gentleman in the beard is Bob. Bob Casey.
No,
I know, but
Brian.
Brian's having
I
microphone
got it.
issues.
I think can y'all
No,
hear
I'm
me
talking
now?
about Ray.
Yes.
Ray Kelly's asking. I'm sorry, I forgot the gentleman's name with the beard, but
Bob Casey.
anyway, maybe. Maybe he was joking around.
Captain
Professor
Kelly.
Mitch.
There he is.
Yes, Mitch.
Wait,
I
you're not
can't
sup-
leave you. I can't leave you guys alone for a minute, can
He's
I?
not supposed to be here. What's up,
Hey,
Mitch? Nice
no,
to
I'm
see you.
supposed
He's retired.
I'm supposed to be here.
Mitch, when I saw your post, I went and looked and checked my email. Like, did Google put out another damn policy or something like that?
Well, no. What I saw was what's her name? Wazicki or whatever, the female, the president of YouTube. I forget her name. It's
Yeah, I know.
something like that. She sent out a channel. You know, they send once a month. They send this channel update.
Right.
And in that channel update was her vision for YouTube. Did I just lose you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, because my whole screen just went black and then came back up again. All right.
It can happen.
Anyway, she had her vision for YouTube, and their vision, and I read it, and it made me physically ill. Their vision is to promote, to stop racial injustice. Their vision is to promote climate change. Their vision is basically, without coming out and saying it, to stifle the voices of anybody that disagrees with this wild. And I said, you know, I'm supporting them.
Yeah.
You know, when one of you guys is good enough to give me $10, they take 4 or 5 of it.
Yep.
And when somebody wants to run an ad that they get paid, say, 50 cents for, I get a penny. And it pissed me off so bad. I said, you know what? I love all you guys. You know, you're really my best friends in the world. Even you, Carlos. And
Almost choked on the smoke. The smoke and spit. He almost choked on.
and I said, you know what? I said, I just
bet you he's
can't
drinking.
contribute. I said, I'm gonna leave my channel up, but I'm gonna demonetize the whole mess. And I'm going to just be a member of the community for a while, you know, until hopefully things turn around or another platform comes along. But every damn platform that comes along, the
kiboshed.
go ahead and wipe it out. They, you know, like they did with Parler, they just say, okay, you know, you're gone because we don't like what you're saying. And it's, if I was a young man, I'd be scared.
I had heard things. Sorry, Bob. I heard things today that somebody was kicked off of Twitter for 15 days because Twitter didn't like what they say. And I've also heard about Facebook jail for 30 days from several different people who have been kicked off Facebook because Facebook didn't like Dan's 2015 post. I don't get that. Where the hell does that come from?
Well, it's been cut. Let me say hi to Bob Casey. Bob, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, buddy.
Man, I haven't seen you. I'm looking forward to seeing you coming down to Florida. Huh?
Same here. Same here.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. No, at any rate, I just said, you know what? I've never been a big time content creator. I'm, you know, I get more thumbs downs than I get thumbs ups half the time. And I basically said, I'm not going to delete my channel. I put too much work and time in it, but I am going to demonetize it. And one of the reasons I'm going to demonetize it is because
you don't want them making any money from it.
Not that and all this crap with the FAA that's going on. I don't want there to be any way that they can come after me for any reason. If somebody who doesn't like me decides to complain to the authorities that I broke the drone laws, you know,
You're
because
part 107, aren't you, Mitch? Don't you have your 107 license?
yeah, I'm a part 107, but but
General principle. He just doesn't want to have the
Yeah,
headache.
yeah.
Don't give
I
up,
mean,
Mitch.
I
Don't demonetize. Go put it into a fund for the homeless or something like that.
I don't think you should demonetize. He should just do a PayPal link in his chat. If
They
you
take
want.
they take
I'm not in this.
45%. 45% of your super chats.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know. I
Mitch
think
is
it's
not one of those. Give me a tip. I need money. Join the
no,
club
I don't
and be a member.
I don't ever beg
Not
for
his
it.
style.
When somebody does throw a little money my way, I'm almost embarrassed. But at any rate, you know, I'm an old guy, and my disgust at what's going on in this country. I haven't watched the news since the day after the election. Not that the morning news, not any news. I quit listening to any conservative or talk shows. I've dropped out. You know.
Did you hear what I just said, Mitch? Did I send you that thing from Nancy Pelosi from C-SPAN where she confirmed that they make up the lie, the press covers it, and it becomes the truth?
Well, of course, we all know that. See, that's the problem. Any thinking human being that isn't brainwashed can see it. It's so obvious, it's unbelievable. But
that's right out of her mouth.
Yeah, but that doesn't even matter. It doesn't. None of it matters. They do what they want, and I can't afford to. Look, I finally got my blood pressure under control.
I was just going to say, you look red now because you're talking.
No, that's the lighting. That's the lighting in here. But you know what? I've been working with my doctor for the past 2 months on my blood pressure medication to keep me out of Stroke City. I just can't afford to worry about this crap when I can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
I've just said to myself, you know what? To all the young kids out there whose fault, it's not their fault. They've been indoctrinated.
It's our fault.
It's our fault.
To all the young kids, my advice would be very careful what you wish for, my friends. And it's your world, and you're going to have to live in it, the world that you're making.
It's too much people saying, not that there's anything wrong with that, because there is a lot of wrong with what's going on.
And this political correctness and social, you know, the problem, we could go on for days. I could speak for hours on how this happened.
It starts with us, with educating these younger kids who sit there and play with their goddamn Nintendos all day long. That's our own fault.
Yeah, but we can't educate them I can't. I mean, they're not watching my YouTube channel, that's for sure. If I ever do get a chance to have a conversation with one of them, logic and reason doesn't mean anything with these people. They walk around going, nah, I don't want to hear it. You know, they are so brainwashed and so indoctrinated that
you guys act like this is all new.
Dangerous. It's actually dangerous for you to confront them in a lot of cases.
It's never been this bad, Mike. When you got a president like Trump calling them fake news, and it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the public doesn't want to hear it.
Now, look what they did to him and what they're continuing to do to him.
Yeah.
You know,
we're going to have Trump TV one day. Just watch.
Yeah,
there's going to be a Trump TV station.
So at any rate, I don't want to belabor the point. My point is that I just sometimes you just have to say to yourself, for my principles and my own, just for my peace of mind, I know that I don't want to put money in Google's coffers so that they can further destroy the things that I served in the military to help protect, and all my life tried to be a patriot for this country and our way of life. And anybody that's my age or even close to my age feels the same way. This is not old people doing this. This is all of these young kids and the tech people. You know, I was joking.
It was too many years of us telling them that they were special. They're only special to us. They're not special to anybody else.
Well,
you win all the ball games. This is what happens.
Nobody wins. Nobody loses.
Participation award.
Everybody gets the prize.
You got transvestites in a kindergarten room reading library books to kids in kindergarten, and we're supposed to say it's okay. It's just You keep chipping away at moral because you keep chipping away at morals, and then what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong, and that's where we're at right now. In my humble opinion,
what they've been doing though is chipping away at the family, all for the last 40 years, 50 years.
Well, we've done that. The really nail in the coffin, as they say, is when they allowed gay marriage. Now people are taking marriage as a joke. 2 men could get married, 2 women could get married.
I don't even want to go into the religious aspect of it at all.
It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with, it's just not, look, it doesn't work. It'll never work. You see what I mean? It just doesn't freaking.
It used to be a sanctimonious.
It doesn't work.
Highly held thing, and it's not. Yeah. It's not anymore.
Meanwhile, I had 2 very nice heterosexual marriages that didn't work either, Jim. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's a personality thing. That's not a gender thing.
Ray Kelly, how you doing, Ray?
Hey, look at mine.
Ray Kelly. Ray, you're going to be overwhelmed with people down here in Florida, and you're going to have to entertain everybody. What are you going to do?
Actually, Ray Kelly, Mr. Bob
All you have to do is run a barbecue.
Is there an itinerary of some sort, some kind of game plan? Well, if I go, I'm going to stay a few days and bother Mitch for a few days.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. People are spending a lot of money flying here, so I hope there's an itinerary.
I'm not going for one night. If I go,
well, I hope a lot of people that come down, will contact or get in touch with us, and we can spend a lot of time. We don't have to just go. We can go the day before, flying at the park, or the day after, whatever. I hope to have a good 3-4 days of meeting up with all the different guys that come down here. We just have to.
How long are you staying, Bob Casey? Sorry, Mitch. How long are you planning to stay, Mr. Bob?
The weekend. I'm going to come back Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave out Monday.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. No, I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, I'm not dropping out of the community because you guys are my friends. In fact, you're my only friends. I don't have any friends around here that I socialize with. All my friends are on that little screen in those little windows,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Mitch, ask you something. Do you like doing your channel? Do you like doing it?
Yeah, I do, and yet sometimes you just get tired of the pressure of having to come up with something. You know what I mean?
If you like doing it, don't worry about all the crap and just do what you do and do your thing.
I'm going to take a little
thing, man.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. I'm going to take a little time. Well, take some time. This happened to me in December too, when all the politics.
You could have a show about nothing.
Well, that's what I seem to have a show about.
We've got that going on right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Mitch, I'm going to say this.
I got you, Brian.
A lot of you guys worry so much about those things you can't handle, and just live your life.
It's when you stop worrying about it. It's when you stop worrying about it. That you
stop worrying about that shit.
If nobody worries about it, who's going to worry about it? We just let Nancy Pelosi and everybody do what the hell they want. We say, "Oh well."
Well, Nancy Pelosi is nothing new over here.
Al Diaz
around politics for quite some time.
Alexandria Cortez won with like only 28,000 votes, and that's where she got put into office.
And she's an idiot walking.
And she's still in office, dude.
No, but what I'm saying is that's all it took was 28,000 people. So it does count to get out there and make noise.
It's like out here, the petition to get Gavin Newsom out as a governor.
Why do you suppose the whole
1,000 votes away?
Why does this agenda get so much leeway? Because they make a lot of noise. Now they have their own private bathrooms. They have their own little special bathrooms.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm from the west, the left coast. I'm in the left coast. It's a little different out here.
You just got to make noise. Is what I'm saying. Squeaky wheels get grease. In my opinion,
coming from a Democratic state like New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carlos,
I'm surrounded by them. I don't have to think like them.
Right. Yeah, but if you want to do something, go knock on doors in her neighborhood and tell people.
You know what, Mitch? I'd be honest with you. I would love to be more involved, but I have a family. And you know what? When you have family around here, people will come back and retribute. And
that's the problem. I never put a Trump sign in my yard because I didn't want my tires slashed. That's how they play the game. And they're the ones that are supposed to be the party of tolerance and all that. Yeah. They're hypocrites. Every one of them is the worst kind of hypocrite.
That's I've been saying that forever.
It's been true.
She's 75. She's 70.
She's as good as
35
head.
years ago, Al.
How
He's
long
been
was
a
Dennis
staple in
Byrd?
California's politics for a very long time.
How
Pelosi?
long
Yeah,
was
it's
that
nothing
guy
new. She's
Byrd?
been there for a long time. This is
Yeah,
nothing
Yeah,
new.
dude,
She's,
the worst
she has been,
district in
but she
San
needs to go.
Francisco is the Tenderloin. The Tenderloin. This lady has the nerve to say she takes care of people. That was her
Oh.
district. That is the worst area you can possibly walk in if you were to go visit San Francisco. It'll umpteenth any place in the Bronx, Hunts Point, anything like that. That's
Really?
how bad that place is. Oh yeah, dude.
These
bad.
politicians are the lowest form of humanity. They really are.
Is there a way for us to what's the word? Enough of a petition to have like term limits. Can the people say, we're tired of all these politicians for careers, 2 years and you're out?
Carlos,
Ted
they've
Cruz
been
just
calling
introduced
for
that
that
again.
ever since I could listen to the radio. But the problem
Really?
is the rules are made by the people who would be hurt by those rules. So they're not, Congress is not going to vote themselves out of their offices. Believe me.
They're not going to drain their own swamp.
They're not going to, you're absolutely right. They're not going to pull the plug in their own swamp. And the establishment has shown us over the past 4 years that they're so firmly entrenched in every level of government, elected and unelected, mostly unelected, that
So
you can't do it. What are you going to do except something that involves force, a military coup? And who wants to see that? No one wants to see that.
That's happening in the Philippines right now, isn't it? Wasn't there a military coup?
Oh, yeah.
Myanmar.
Yeah,
Myanmar.
Myanmar. There you go. I'm sorry.
The military took over there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to fly my drones and
There you go.
relax and enjoy, listen to music and not watch news and enjoy my life. And what they're going to do no matter what I say or whether I worry or not about it. So, I feel like I've spent the last 73, well, not 70, but the last 50 plus years of my life doing what I could for what I thought was right. And it's turned out to, it happens the way it happens. We can't, these guys that control technology today control the message.
Top down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dan Drone Worship is in the house. Little
Right. And how you gonna fight them?
So at the end of the day, is it fair to say Republican and Democrat, it all sucks? Government.
Well, I think that I'm not happy with the Republican Party either.
I'm just saying in general, it
They're
basically they can't be
politicians.
trusted. And the fact that the Federal Reserve exists tells me that they're all crooks, and that's a whole nother.
Meanwhile,
Doesn't
where
say
the hell's
much for democracy.
where's my other $1,400 stimulus check, man? Come on, I mean,
Well, I heard the 1.9 trillion got sunk to just a few billion.
I wish it would just be a stimulus package and not a stimulus package with Bob's County gets a new bridge, Jones County gets a new office. Just make it a friggin' stimulus package. Leave the pork for some other time.
That's not how politics works.
Yeah, it sucks.
I know.
How long have they been trying to go after the line item veto? That's another one of these things, just like term limits. That'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Reagan tried to do it.
Everybody that I can ever remember tried to do it. It's just not going to happen. These people are not going to. The corruption is so pervasive. Even the Supreme Court now is completely corrupted.
Not yet. We've got to get 13 on there, then we'll get into corruption.
Well, but I mean, they didn't stand up for the law in this last election. They said, no, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. We don't want any part of any of these lawsuits that in this phony election we just had.
But just to set the record straight, when Clinton lost the House and the Senate in '94, he was all for line item veto all of a sudden. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, Obama lost the House after 2 years, and I'm pretty certain that the same thing's going to happen in 2 years. What they do with the House when they get it is where the travesty lies.
And see, that's why I'm saying it's not going to matter.
Yeah,
so we get a majority. Big deal.
Hasn't mattered since Newt Gingrich.
94.
Yep. That was the only Congress that actually did anything when they got their hands on some power. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Hey, Mitch, I got a question for you.
Yeah, Bob.
Did you fly your last build? Yeah, I never see a
look
video
at
on it. I was anxious
It's
to
the
see that
prince in
thing made flight.
a robe.
The build that you
Okay,
made, the last two builds, he was kind of breaking up, but I caught it. The last two
Yeah,
builds.
I didn't hear the question. Bob.
The question was the
Your
last
last-
two builds you made, you didn't
What's up,
show us any video follow-up. You said you were going to show us some footage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never seen a maiden voyage.
I have some, Bob, and I'll tell you what I'll do. On Thursday night, Mike Night Train has a live stream.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Night Train.
Eastern
time. I've been going on to his stream. You know, it's a bunch of FPV guys, and we're usually all showing videos. I'll show some of the videos of those last couple
Are
of
you
flights.
familiar with that, Bob Casey? I'll put a link if you're not.
Howdy, fellas.
Adrian, how you doing, buddy?
Are you familiar with
I'm
him? You
pretty
have
good.
you subscribed? Bob?
Yeah, he's Night Train.
Yeah,
He's been doing a live stream for. I've been on it a few times and I learned. What's up, Adrian?
What's up, Hatman?
Aldiaz, Bob Casey, Mitch, B-Mac. What's going on, Carlos?
How are you, sir?
What's going on,
Who's that
Jimbo?
robe? Who's that
You
robe
actually
made
look
by?
better without a hat.
Huh?
He's got a robe on, dude. Look at
You
the
look better
robe.
without a
Thanks
hat.
to you.
I was going to say, is
He's
that
been
Rocky?
utilizing that fleet a little bit, Al. You notice that?
He stole that from a hotel room he was at.
Adrian, you look like you get ready for a prize fight there.
Wow.
That kind of looks a little Liberace to me.
It does look Liberace with the back motherfucking
Hey, Carlos, I got a question for you.
Oh man,
Carlos, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, sir.
Were you a comedian when you were older? You need to grow up. You only got something to say, goddamn.
Dominican Liberace.
If you lived with my mother for the years that I did, and still till this, I tell you what, you still understand Spanish, right?
No,
Not at all.
neither
Are you
my kids.
serious? You do not
Positive.
speak or understand
He's
Spanish.
BSing you, Carlos.
Pendejo.
I know he is.
Yeah, he is.
They do not understand Spanish.
I'm talking you.
Of course, I understand Spanish.
Okay, well then I'm going to tell you the joke in Spanish, and this is what my mother told me. ¿Cómo se llama el pedazo de carne entre medio de la vagina y el culo? La discoteca, porque ahí bailan las bolas.
I got
You just say,
culo.
what
I know what that is.
what is
You're
the
an
piece of
idiot.
meat that's in your ass? Did you just say that?
What's
In between your ass?
All right, she told me a joke like years ago. She goes, I just heard a joke, so she calls me on the phone. She goes, what do they call that piece of meat in between a woman's vagina and her ass? I go, I don't know, Mom. What? She goes, the discotheque, because that's where the balls dance.
Bob Casey didn't get it.
From my
Bob
mother.
Casey did not get it.
No, I don't speak Espanol. They said, I can say gracias. or I know a few cuss words, but I don't want to reveal that.
Anyway, I've been brought up with a twisted sense of humor, so I kind of like
You
it.
got to remember, I
Yes,
grew up in
yes,
Chicago.
I can
man.
tell.
I grew up in Chicago. I spent 13 years there, and the Latin Kings was the king.
Oh, we had
You
Latin
know,
kings here, too. I remember that.
They were
name.
tough. You know, there was a lot of games back in that day. I mean, and then they would eat your ass up alive.
If they
I
caught
can
you.
tell some stories, man, some shit that happened to me, but that's for another day.
You ever been
The
shot at?
best thing that ever happened to me was my dad moving us to Kentucky.
I had a
That
gun
was the
pulled out
best
on
thing
you,
that ever happened
Carlos.
to me.
I've been shot
Well,
at.
I'd have been in
Right
jail.
down Bronx Expressway, Havenmeyer and Quimby. We were
Hey,
hanging
have
out
you
on
ever
a mailbox, and a guy pulled up in a car, and he pulled out a gun. We all took off running.
Have you ever been on the highway and these guys are trying to sell you VCRs on the cross bronx? I kid you not. You can't.
Never. I don't remember that happening.
The VCRs. I never forget that. Guys trying to sell a VCR on the highway in traffic.
Adrian,
Oh,
look at him. He's ready to fill the air with uppercuts.
Yeah, he looks like Muhammad Ali there, doesn't he? Look at that.
I
Don't
was gonna
pick
say
him up.
Apollo
Did you get that
Creed.
robe at Sephora?
He looks fluffy. That's what he looks like.
Carlos, that's for you.
So, Adrian,
More
how
like
do you like
a-
Zamora? You like it?
Adrian,
Didn't work?
you have to buy Al a new
I can
drone
hear me.
because he bought the master air screws, and it screwed up his drone.
For which one? What for?
Right
What
there, you
drone?
see it?
The Mavic 2 Pro. Actually, that big light, Al, blinds us from seeing it.
Yeah.
There, I'll just pull it up.
So what did Al lose?
Watch.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember seeing pictures of that.
Shit hanging off of it.
The props
camera.
hit the drone.
All right, so here, look, this is what I think failed
Oh shit!
because these props, look how far they bend down from the hub. They all do that. But I took it off. I took it up 50 feet, like I said earlier, a couple of days ago to test these props out in front of the house. And yeah, man, I was coming back down and it just dropped out of the sky. Went on air data and nothing said that there was an issue with the drone. So like no ESC failure or anything like that. The motor still spins. There's no like, if there was something stuck in it. I heard plastic though before I started coming down, so I'm pretty sure that prop hit.
Hey Jim, that's not the Mavic 2 Pro. That's the freaking Phantom.
It's the Phantom 4 Pro.
I did say the Phantom, didn't I?
No, you say
said
Mavic 2 Pro.
Oh, my bad.
Oh shit, false news.
But we all bought them on Adrian's say so and testing.
No. Don't even try.
Oh yes.
No.
Oh yes.
I just bought a set.
I know that I haven't had any issues with mine whatsoever.
No, the same thing with me on the Mavic 2 Pro.
Me either, Adrian.
That's why I bought those for the Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, excuse me, for the Phantom 4 Pro.
I mean, because I got it for the Spark, the Mavic Air 1, the Mavic Air 2. I got some different ones. The 2 Pro, the 2 Zoom. Shit,
He's got every accessory on the planet.
I even got some for the goddamn Altel Evo that I did a little video the other day for. And I got some carbon fiber propellers for the Mavic Air 2 right here.
Didn't you have some trouble with the Mavic Air 2?
I can't wait to put these on. No, mine is flying, beautiful. I don't have any issues with it.
I thought when you did a video, it was shaking on the deck or something. It was quivering in the air and all that. You did a video on it.
I know that 51 drones have an issue with the master air screw for his, but I don't have any master air screw.
That was on the Mavic Air 2, though.
Yeah, I don't have any of those on my Mavic Air 2.
Let me say hi to Rick Halber. I saw he's in the chat. Hi, Rick.
How you doing?
He's been here for a while.
Thoughts and prayers go out to you, Rick.
I finally put the
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say that. Didn't you see that drone? That video where the drone got hit by a fake lightning and it didn't do anything. But meanwhile, a prop cracked your drone. Was it Kelly Shores that put that video up?
I didn't see that.
Or was it Ken Heron showing us? Nobody saw that? Phantom 3 or 4 getting hit by lightning? Or
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, somebody just did a video on that. I don't know. Anyway, it didn't do as much damage as what Al has.
Yeah.
So,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, guys.
50 feet up.
Yeah, changing props. I never did any of that.
Hey, Bob Casey, the only thing that scared me about these is these are really hard. They're not really flexible, so I don't know if they're going to work pretty good in that. They're really hard. They're tough.
Well, the Mavic Air props were hard. There was no flex.
Hey, we got Chris Hope in the house.
Hey, Chris Hope.
Hey, hi, Chris. How you doing?
How you doing, Chris Hope?
Good to see you.
Brian,
Good to see you, Chris Hope. I'm glad you're out of the hospital, brother.
I'm glad you're back home, Chris.
What happened to Chris?
He had some old man issues. No, he had some kind of diabetic problem.
Oh,
he had medical conditions. We'll let him talk about it. It's his medical life.
But I got a set right after you did, Adrian. You done your video.
We're just
I got
happy that
the original Mavic Air, and it flew beautiful, no problems. So I waited on Kelly's and 51 drones. After they said that they got the problem solved, the manufacturer of the props was solved, I bought a that should be here tomorrow. Matter of fact, so I'm anxious to
I
see how they
did.
fly.
If you go on my video, I pinned somebody who had the same issue, and I believe he had the same issue with a Phantom 4 Pro or Phantom 4 using these same props on a Phantom.
They're just too thin and flexible.
And I pinned them. I pinned them on that. These are actually stronger, I think, than the Mavic 2 platform ones. I just think they flex a lot on the hub. There's major movement, dude.
Yeah.
Even on the one that's not broken, it moves around.
Doesn't the Parrot, the Nafi, have very wobbly? Not wobbly.
Oh yeah,
very limp.
those props are real soft on the Nafi from what I've seen.
I've never heard problems with that. I don't know. Brian, you have the Mavic Air, right?
Yes, Mavic Air 2.
Not the first one, the original?
My buddy Fred has it, so yeah, I have one.
Oh, you have it?
In fact,
those props are rigid, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are.
And they're noisy.
I was just out of the park today with Fred, showing him the Tiny Hawk, because he's never seen FPV up close before.
Yeah.
And I had him put the goggles on, and I'm doing line of sight, and it was a little windier than I thought it was.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that sucker sailed.
Jesus.
Talk about wind, Jim. What do you think of this weather we're having down here now, Jim?
Where is this wind coming from?
I don't know. It's nuts and cold.
I see you doing better.
I mean, it was howling last night when I went to bed.
Did you say
last
cold,
night,
Florida?
howling the wind.
It was in the 30s, and the wind was like 40, 50 miles an hour at 3:30 this morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Woke up this morning, looked outside, the palm trees look like they do on a hurricane weather forecast. Where
It's warm over here at night.
Yeah.
Further north than you guys. It's 50 degrees.
When I looked on that weather on the phone, it said that low front that is hit up north with all that snow is apparently we got the tail, or maybe the eye.
Yeah, it's going to be colder tomorrow too. I mean, it's this was not the coldest day. I think tomorrow is the coldest day.
Yeah, I don't think it warms back up until Friday.
Yeah, we're going to be here in Melbourne tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, 36 degrees.
Wow.
And the high for tomorrow is going to be 58 degrees at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's cold for down here.
That's camping weather.
Yep.
All right. So Chris said he answered if any of you interested. His problem was he had diabetic ketoacidosis, which he had a bout of throwing up for quite a while, which also dehydrated him, which can change your electrolytes in a second. If you guys don't know that. So even when you're throwing up, you have to drink something.
Pedialyte.
Gatorade, preferably.
Not Pedialyte?
Same thing.
Oh.
It's got electrolytes in it. Gatorade, Pedialyte.
Probably Pedialyte's better for you.
Brondo. You guys know what Brondo is?
No.
You never saw a movie called Idiocracy?
No.
Everybody on the planet needs to watch that movie. It's called
the same as I won't watch Atlas Shrugged.
No, you got to watch You got to watch Idiocracy. It was the greatest movie ever made. Predicted the end of the human race because of the intelligent people aren't breeding enough. Only the dummies are breeding.
Sounds like a true story to me.
Yeah, well, it was an incredibly insightful movie. It was a comedy, but it was funny. And in that movie, turns out that a Gatorade-like company ends up being the owner of the world, and the name of the company was Brondo, and their slogan was "It's got electrolytes in it." So all these dummies up there, 500 years in the future, was whenever they hear the word Brondo, they chime in and say, "Yeah, it's got electrolytes in it."
Well, I finished 6 seasons of Bosch.
Yeah, I love that show.
I thought there were 9 seasons.
No, it's only been on for 6 now. They just put out that 6th season too.
Yeah, no, I'm caught up.
Good show.
That was a good show. Night Train's in the house. What's up?
I know the wife and I have been binge watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
that's the best thing ever been on television, right there.
I'm glad somebody else has that opinion because I wanted to know. I'm just saying, where did this writing go because I've never seen it since.
It's like Sons of Anarchy in terms of writing. It's very good.
Fabulous. And then the spinoff, Breaking Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. He's a character, dude.
Is terrific also. Yeah, that's
I might have to watch that one too.
I couldn't hang with it, Mitch. I started watching the first series and couldn't hang.
You got it. The first couple of seasons are a little slower because they're building the character, but it gets going. It gets going pretty good.
All right.
I wasn't impressed with the 2-hour one that they did. What was it called?
Oh, the movie.
What's the name of a car?
El Camino.
El Camino. Yeah. Well, that was a final story as to what happened to Jesse.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
After he escaped, yeah.
Well, thanks for killing that for me, Carlos. I appreciate that.
Nah, you won't.
Saving your time.
On Netflix and watch Narcos. That's a good one. They have a whole bunch
you got to watch. The best thing to watch is a series they did back in 2002 called The Wire.
Oh, that was the best. Yeah, you're right.
You want to see reality? That's reality of the world changing itself. It's like reading the book Animal Farm. How the world just changes itself. You take all the drug dealers away, new drug dealers move in. You just wasted $75 billion in 5 years with 100,000 murders.
That was a good show, The Wire. I remember that. Yeah, those are shows that after 10 years you won't remember much. You can rewatch the whole thing and enjoy it just as much the second time around.
Yeah.
What do you see? What is that on? Is that on Netflix?
HBO. HBO had put it out. HBO put it out, but you can find it on other channels now because it came out in 2002.
You think Netflix has it? I gotta check it out, or maybe Amazon.
That was good. That was a good series.
The Wire. It's about life in Baltimore, the city of Baltimore, because Baltimore County is a whole nother world. It's like where the Republicans, where the Democrats live. The Republicans are stuck inside of Baltimore City. And the games people play, it's just so real.
Hey, Jim, did you see what Ray Kelly put down? Not to interrupt you guys.
Too late.
He posted a video. Yeah, I was done hearing about your guys' show. Fucking get out and walk around and do stuff. Stop watching TV.
It's what I have to do when I'm not here. If Jim would go every night, I wouldn't have to watch Breaking Bad. But he only does this once a week.
Breaking Bad was a damn good show.
Oh, that was one of the best.
Pretty brutal, man. Some brutal scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
The characters they had in that thing and the twists.
Oh, I'm telling you.
You remember the old man?
How far along are you?
The old man in the wheelchair with the bell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Ding, 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 ding,
I can't think of his name, but do y'all know what other movie he played a major role in back in the 80s? Scarface.
Oh, he's been in a ton.
He was the guy that Al Pacino popped right in the cap. Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of his name.
Which guy?
He's all over the place as an actor.
The guy who played the guy in the wheelchair. Ding, ding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's been around a while.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've seen him in Columbo.
Oh, more. Yeah, he plays all kinds.
Oh, that's right. He was in Scarface. He was the guy that he shot in the car because he wanted to kill a kid.
Yeah, no, he wanted to kill the guy.
But there was a kid. He goes, I ain't shit. I am killing no kids.
We ain't doing no fucking families, man.
Yeah, I don't do that
crazy.
Shit. My favorite scene in Scarface is where the guy's begging for his life with the cop that he just shot in the knee. He goes, I ain't gonna shoot you, you piece of shit. And he tells him, hey, Julio, kill that piece of shit. I just like that scene. Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot you. You can relax. He's gonna shoot you.
Basically, that was another evil movie. Nasty stuff out there. I've done all the Law and Orders. Nasty stuff.
Name. This is what's going to kill you. His name is Mark Margolis.
Is it?
And he's Jewish.
I believe it.
Oh my goodness!
But he's played the part of a Greek, Spanish, all kinds.
Yeah. Mark Margolis. Yeah.
But I would put Breaking Bad right up there with what is that? Oh God, no, never mind. I'm having a senior one.
It really made an impression on you.
Yeah.
Meeting new people every day, Brian.
Too much, man. Just too much.
Yeah.
Somebody's echoing here. AMD.
Oh, okay, Ray. I'll look for that video. Thanks, buddy.
Probably Adrian.
Hey,
Those
hey,
Adrian,
Jim,
yeah,
thank you
man.
for having me, man. But I got to go, bro. Go ahead. Good night, fellas.
Take care, man. Sleep
Have
well.
fun ironing your robe.
Keep that hat off. You look better.
Come on back, Jim.
Wow.
Liberace.
That was the least amount of abuse he ever took on this show.
Well, you didn't let him stay long enough.
No, he kept popping off.
Oh, it was him. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't me doing it.
Probably walking around his house. That's why.
I could have busted his chops. Man.
You can't come on with a robe and not expect to get clowned.
The show Weeds was good, and there was another one Gary put up.
Watch that.
The Last Man on Earth. Anybody ever seen that?
Yeah.
Was that good?
I thought it was entertaining, but I thought it was a little silly in places. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
You guys ever see a Bronx Tale?
The movie A Bronx Tale, one of my favorite
Bronx Tale
movies.
is a good movie.
I watched that movie. I cried.
Did you? Which part? The end?
Just the whole premise, the whole storyline.
Really?
Yeah.
You know that guy got
Yeah.
arrested. He did time in jail for a
I
robbery.
did, the young kid.
Jail.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched those shows on. It's on Amazon, so it's not the ID channel, but all those shows from ID Investigations. All these people have been cleared by DNA. Man, they've done 22 years in jail and all that. And you know how everybody in jail says they're innocent, but it's sad to see these guys who really are.
Occasionally, yeah.
And there's nobody. Once you're in, man, you're screwed. There's nobody to help you.
Unless you have money.
Yeah. Well, you lose that money. You find out that your family screws you. They take everything you own as soon as you're unavailable to protect yourself. No, I haven't seen Yellowstone because Peacock channel, which is NBC, wants you to pay $5 for them. CBS wants you to pay $5 for their app. And friggin' Netflix has gone up to $18 now. I was pissed at HBO being $15. And Netflix is going up to $18. Well, it is $18 now.
See, I just started Netflix, so Jim, and they offered me 3 programs for 10, 13, and 18. I just went with the 13.
Yeah, they usually give you packages. You can run like
The difference.
Yeah,
in the
but
amount of
I always
fees.
get the HD. If you want the,
it's a good channel.
HD.
HBO Max Plus. You get movies that are coming out, just released.
Yeah, but how much does that cost? I've heard it's not exactly cheap.
No, I get HBO Max. It's $15, $14.99.
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Friggin' Netflix is higher than that. And I was mad at the $14.99 because Showtime is $10. Hulu is $8.
Hulu's a bunch of
Well,
crap.
that's why they want you to go ahead and just subscribe to cable TV. By the time you add up all these cut the cord costs one by one, you end up spending $300 a month.
Nope, it'll never reach the $230 a month I was paying for
That's
DirecTV.
great.
I was going to say, I'm bitching at 110, and I'm ready to cut my cable finally.
When you say
They charge me
110,
$75 a month just for internet, and I have no cable TV,
I
just
was going to
internet.
ask.
$75 a month.
There's no way around it. It's
No.
$75 a month, and Mitch and I don't have another.
I have no other alternative.
Right. We have no escape.
They got you by the cojones.
See, I do, but the alternative is even worse.
Yeah, and
Comcast.
the way
I remember that, right?
DSL is so slow if you have a hardwired phone, but that was DSL, and that's too slow for anything we do.
Ozarks. I started watching that,
That's a good show.
but then there was another one that he's also in. The guy from Ozarks. Oh, what's his name? He's been around forever. Young guy.
Yep. He was in that Family Matters or something like that show.
He's in a series now, which is so good. It's a Steven Spielberg written series. Damn it. I can't remember the name of it.
Outsider or
Insidious?
something like that.
Insider? Is that it?
Outsider, Insider,
Outsider.
something like that. I've seen 2 or
Yeah, Bob.
3 of those shows.
That's the one.
What
Outside.
about any of the Narcos series they have on Netflix? Those are pretty
Narcos
good.
was great. That was a
Yeah.
great series.
There's
They're
some really
pounding
good
that to
series in
death.
there.
There's about 3 or 4 of them.
Oh yeah, they're real good. They're real good. They can get quite addicting.
Chris, I'm glad you're home, brother. That's good news.
That's awesome.
And Rick Halber is in a rehab facility, and he needs some looking out for because I started off at the lowest rungs of life in the medical field. I was a mental health technician at a place called Circles of Care here in Florida. And then I was a CNA, which is certified nursing aide, which is basically you wipe the 80-year-old's ass when he craps in his pants.
Oh, wow. What a
And,
great job.
well, somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody has to do it.
Rather than them laying there in it for 80 hours, I would rather wipe the man's ass and clean his dentures up for him than have him lay there like that, because that's how I am with human beings. Other people, no, in the same damn field. They have no right belonging in the medical field if they don't want to do this crap. But in any event, the hierarchy is ridiculous. You know, the doctor tells the nurse tells the LPN tells the CNA, and 5 hours later, after you've rung the button, you finally get somebody to come into your room. You know that medication I was supposed to get at 4 o'clock? Well, it's 8 o'clock. I'd like it now.
Yeah.
When you get a minute.
That's always been.
Are you saying that's where Rick Halber's at now, Jim?
He's in a for physical therapy reasons. He's in an assisted living facility. So, and from what I hear talking to him,
thinking about you, Rick,
he's not getting the best of care, man. They don't even have range of motion machines underneath his legs. Like when I woke up from having a knee replacement,
the one that moves you.
Those were on. Yes, exactly, Al. I mean,
yeah, we all look like us Puerto Ricans.
That's true. You sticks all look the same to me. We got them all covered here, don't we, Mitch? We got the Spicks, the Mix, the Jews, and the well, I don't know what Brian and Bob are.
I'm 7 breeds all rolled into one, dude.
Brian looks a little Scottish English.
Scottish Italian.
Bitch.
Really?
But he acts Polish.
I thought more Italian than anything.
Grandma was off the boat Italian.
He definitely looks Scottish. He has that look. What about you, Bob Casey?
Hey, Al, what show was that you cried over that you liked so much?
Bronx Tale.
I did not see that.
You've never seen a Bronx
movie?
No.
With De Niro? Holy cow, you need to see it, dude.
You'll like it. You won't be disappointed.
I'm stuck. I was just watching that one.
That area's around where I live, like where I grew up, or close to where I grew up on 100.
Part of that was in Astoria too. I heard
161st Street or 71st Street.
But some of that was filmed in Astoria.
Yeah, you want to know something, Carlos? Queens Boulevard runs right by my house where I lived for 34 years. Only where I lived, it's called Route 25.
That's Jamaica Avenue or Hillside.
And it runs straight through the island, Long Island, into, well, obviously it stops in Brooklyn because you got to get on a bridge. But
Jamaica Avenue.
You remember the movie called
Jericho.
Once Upon a Time in America?
That sounds familiar.
That was another one of those early New York stories with all the different ethnic groups, and the early days of the gangsters and the mafia and the Meyer Lansky and all of those guys. That was a great story.
What I liked is when everybody originally came into New York and settled their own communities, you had the Irish, which were only good enough because they were drunks. They were only good enough to be the police.
Yeah.
They weren't good for anything else. Then you had the Italians. They had their community. There's nothing better than the Feast of St. Gennaro in Brooklyn.
Climbing that grease pole.
I got to go to 3 of those at least in my lifetime. That was awesome.
Best food I've ever eaten, Feast of St. Gennaro.
I used to like the Italian festivals in the Bronx.
That's what you had in New York.
Yonkers Raceway.
Italian, Irish. You had a mix of all of them.
And we all got along.
Everything. I have Muslim, Jews, Christians, all on the same floor.
That's why the food in New York is the best.
Oh man,
I'm a true believer in that.
Is Jody using Cody, the game?
No, I looked it up. It's a open source movie thing.
Yeah, I've tried that. I've tried it because it gets all the channels.
I got lucky. T-Mobile pays for my Netflix.
But why is his repeating so many times?
To get your attention.
Freeze and then Cody. Do you like Cody over Plex?
What are you guys
Versus
talking
Plex?
about? What is that?
It's an app where you can get every TV channel. It came out before all these Netflix and all that other shit. Cody was first on scene.
I never even heard of them, and they're the first on the scene.
Oh yeah.
Just looking at the website right now.
Plex is an app. Plex is an app that's been around for a long time. In fact, I have a server here in my house that runs Plex, and all my media, thousands of TV shows and movies are on it, and it hooks to the internet. And it's like having my own private Netflix. My kids can log on and they can watch anything that's on the server.
Now, do you have that plugged right into your modem?
It's running on a computer that's plugged into the network.
Okay, so like an NAS.
Yeah, it's running on a. I have a dedicated machine that just runs Plex, an old computer that just runs that one app. And
old Jim screwed up, learned the hard way because Jim had all his movies on WD My Book, 4 terabyte, whatever it was, and my granddaughter knocked it over.
Oh, damaged it.
Wiped it. Yep. The needle. Once that needle gets bent in there, you're screwed.
Yeah. I've got a backup. I've got two different drives mirrored in that thing. So I got 2 copies of everything.
I didn't do a RAID. I'm an idiot. I always got to learn the hard way. I swear to God.
RAIDs are not easy to maintain. Let me just tell you right now.
A simple RAID, RAID 1, which is just mirroring.
But you got to have some serious space to do that. I mean, unless you're just talking about just your C drive, but if you start collecting media files, you want to back those up, you're really going to start putting away some space.
Oh yeah, I've got about 20 terabytes of that stuff.
Wow. That's what I mean, though. Yeah.
Yeah, because those shows add up. They're only 20-minute shows. Like your half-hour comedy is only 20 minutes. The rest is commercial. Jason Bateman, that's his name.
Jason Bateman, yeah.
Thank you.
Wasn't he Joe Isuzu? Wasn't he Joe Isuzu in the TV commercials?
No.
That was Bob. Was that Bob Euchre?
No, Joe Isuzu.
I remember Joe Isuzu. It wasn't Jason Bateman.
I could have sworn it was Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman was just in that movie we just saw, Christmas.
Did he play in that popular series, the TV series?
Yes.
Yes.
Can't remember.
Was it Facts of Life or something like that?
No. That was younger. That was when he was
Family Ties.
No, that's not him.
But his sister is in Family Ties.
Family Ties.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, right?
The sister of Michael J. Fox is his sister, Jason Bateman. They share the same last name.
Oh, Joe Isuzu was David Leisure was his name.
Yeah. Whatever happened
Wasn't that Starsky Hutch? Leisure?
No, he had that smile where they had that devious smile.
Wasn't one of the
Trust me.
Starsky and Hutch a glacier?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's him. Oh, you missed him. You touch your finger on it.
Yeah, there he is.
Bring it a little closer.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, I'm going to have to get off.
Joey Suzu.
These earbuds are dying.
All right, buddy.
There's a battery.
Nice seeing you, Bob. Take care.
Thanks for coming, Bob. It was great having
Nice
you.
to meet your face.
See you, Bob. Good to see you.
Definitely. Don't be a stranger.
You guys take care.
Be good.
Take care.
The infamous Bob.
Jody, that red box, that's the one down here that sells or rents the DVDs. Is that the one you're talking about?
So that's what I thought he was talking
Yeah,
about.
they're like vending machines.
And they went and have an app now.
Do you guys remember those kind of funny commercials with Swing TV or Sling?
Yeah, I don't like
Sling.
Oh yeah.
Sling, but they had these double meaning commercials. Those were funny.
Yeah.
They've got Sling Orange and Sling Blue, and what I hate about it is they keep the commercials in there. You have to watch. You're paying to watch the commercials. Yeah. No, that won't happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I can't subscribe to cable, because you watch 20 minutes worth of commercials for every hour of TV, at least 20 minutes.
Once you get these apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all that, you're spoiled.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
You never want to watch a commercial again.
Right.
The only commercial you get on Netflix is your pause button.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think the best show out there is Archie Bunker's Place or Archie Bunker.
I used to watch that show with my dad back in the day.
Me too. Me and my father sat down and watched it.
Wow.
Look what Gary says.
Couldn't be on that show right now, on TV right now. Not
Yeah.
these days.
Well hung.
He's Welsh Hungarian.
Oh, there's a little meme I got. What does it say? Let me see. I don't think I'll be able to show it.
Oh, shit. Damn it. Matt just texted me. He's in pain with his kidneys.
Oh shit.
Matt,
Damn, we're dropping like
Oh,
flies
that's
here.
right. He drives a lot, right?
I've got my my kidney. What have I got, Mitch? My MRI or CAT scan on the 5th.
Yeah. Oh, you got stones too?
Yeah, because they can't give you the CAT scan when you're having the pain. They gotta wait 5 days.
When I passed,
They gotta schedule you.
Oh well, when I went to the emergency room, when I had that stone stuck in there, and they had me in that CAT scan machine in 20 minutes. They loaded me up with Dilaudid and then wheeled me in and took a CAT scan. I mean, 20 minutes. It was amazing. Then 2 days in the hospital. I've had kidney stones for a long time. I'm going. I just had another CAT scan over at the VA, and I'm going to go to a urologist and talk to him about having them smashed. You know how they use the
vibrations,
the sonic,
the ultrasonic sound to break them up.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, RC Fun Diversion. Matt is Northeast Drone Productions, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yes, it is. I'm sorry, I should have.
He's a driver, right, Jim?
Yes, he is.
His name is Mr. Cinematic.
I have a guy down the block that had serious kidney issues. He was a cab driver, and he said it was from holding in going to the bathroom because he was a cab driver. You think there's any truth to that?
I don't know about that.
I don't know if that causes
Was it a vase?
Just, I don't know. It's just, he said that affected him.
And I love Brian's laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since you said that, I've been trying to tone it down, though. It's because now it's like making me nervous. Like, what's
Don't,
the big
man.
deal?
I love that laugh. You got a great laugh.
Be your own laugh. Or have your own laugh.
Matt says this is his 9th kidney stone, Mitch.
Really? Passing him. I've only passed one.
Does he drink a lot of soda?
But
what caused that?
I got 6 or 8 of them that are what they call a non-mobile. They're just in there. They're not going anywhere.
Last year, I got diagnosed by my doctor, my private doctor, and then he sent me to a urologist, and I did another CAT scan, and she said, "I don't know why he diagnosed you with kidney stones." I wouldn't say, because he said there were little things he was seeing in a CAT scan, and here's the thing, I was like throwing up, and it was consistent last year, and then all of a sudden it went away.
The stones in my kidneys don't give me any grief. It's because it was only the one that I couldn't pass that caused me all that pain. When it gets stuck in the ureter, that little tube that goes between your kidneys and your bladder, if it gets stuck in there, it's like having a baby. The pain is enormous.
Isn't like uric acid? What causes that? Like it's in
the pain is just.
I know the pain, but what's the buildup?
Do you know that coffee can cause it?
Calcium,
there are 3 different
calcium, whatever causes it to build up in there.
There are 3 different kinds of stones because I drink the coffee from my liver, and then the caffeine is what causes the kidney stones. I had no idea.
Really, I didn't know.
Shit. Yeah,
calcium buildup. I drink a shitload of water, man. I think I drink like close to a gallon of water a day.
And they say drink lemon juice. Drink some lemon juice.
Lemon and water.
Lemon juice.
We're all gone to hell, guys. We're all getting old and falling apart. What are you going to do?
The Geritol kids come out tonight.
Yeah. Drink your Ensure and take your walker and go down to the park.
But you
just to let you guys know, you're scaring the shit out of me every time you're on and you guys are talking about this shit. All right, because I'm the young one in the bunch.
I know.
I'm close to 50.
Wait till
you guys start talking. Now all my fucking anxiety is going to build up.
Wait for that colonoscopy, Al. You're gonna love that one.
Yeah, my son is, as we speak, making the appointment for his first one of those.
Better get over this white coat
Just
syndrome
started
thing, Al.
I will
The
not
best
get
thing I can
violated.
suggest to you, Al, is stay thin. Keep weight.
Well,
off.
I'm not thin. I got to lose weight, but I used to be a lot bigger. So
Potassium
That'll
citrate.
help you.
Potassium citrate, it dissolves stones caused by uric acid, according to Matt, who's had 9 of them.
Wow.
So I got to remember that.
and what's
But
that
mine
in
are
though?
caused by the oxy.
What is that in? What you just meant? What
I
you
know
just
there's
said?
potassium in bananas, but I don't know about the other part.
It's a vitamin C type of thing.
Yeah.
You could get it from a powder.
Too much
Powder and
OJ.
liquid.
Well, vitamin C is fake. The one that you buy. That's
You
full
drinking too much
potassium.
Kool-Aid?
You know that whole industry is not regulated, Carlos?
A lot of it isn't. Nope.
There's
You
not
read
one
on the label,
vitamin.
it says cannot be proven by the Food and Drug Administration, something like that.
They don't even look at them. Not
Well,
one
they
is
consider-
regulated.
I drink water.
Themselves
4 to
to be
5 of these a day.
Yeah, they
And
consider
then take
themselves
about 4 or 5
food,
shots of
not
vodka,
medicine.
and then you're good.
I drink about 5 gallons of milk a week.
Be really?
Yeah.
Homogenized or fat-free?
No, homogenized.
Whoa.
100% fat.
Our milk here is fat-free.
What's the point? Drink water.
No.
If you drink milk without the fat,
I
all
live
you're
in California, brother.
drinking the sugar, and you're not getting the fat when you
That's
drink.
right. Yeah, fat free
milk.
here in Texas is sugars. I mean, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's all sugar. It's all lactose. That's what milk.
Mike drops his cat off for them to scan it.
That's the shit that they cut cocaine with. That milk sugar. They.
Ray Kelly is 69. God damn! I didn't think he was that old.
Wow.
He's
That
a
dude looks
youngster,
good.
Hey, slow down, man. I'm 61.
and I'm still old. I'm still the oldest.
I'm drinking my water here, man.
You look good, bitch. You look
Guys.
Yeah,
good.
but that
I
Cologuard
tried to
I
stop
heard
once
is
you guys catch up, but it doesn't work.
false positive, false negatives. I didn't like that.
I only hope I look as good as you and as healthy as you when if I'm lucky to reach your age.
Half
Chris-
of his
Chris
secret
has
is
had
he's
him
not
too.
heavy. He's not heavy. He's light, and he walks.
I tell you what,
What's
I
that?
gained 20 friggin' pounds last year because of this
Well,
COVID.
that's
bullshit.
COVID. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm working and losing it again.
How the hell did you gain it? From not going around on your walks?
Eating junk. I just didn't care. I was so pissed off all year with the politics and the COVID and all this nonsense. I just said, "Oh fuck it, I'm going to eat what I want," and I started eating all the junk that I've been avoiding all my life. And 20 pounds didn't take long either.
See, Mitch, you're
Hold on,
falling.
hold on. I got to ask you one thing about these kidneys. What I was getting was from the kidney, not the kidney, but above it. I was getting shooting pains that would stop me short of breathing.
Wow.
Like taking a full breath was getting a knife jabbed in you.
I never had that.
So they went and did a chest x-ray, and there's nothing. The chest is normal. So that's why they're telling me it's probably kidney stones.
Not muscular.
Might be. Well, you know, this
Sorry,
pain.
guys. I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to get going. I haven't eaten dinner. I was going to cook something big, but I think I'm going to have a couple salad.
Keep it up. Yeah.
And drink
We'll have you
another one
walking-
of these. Thanks a
I'll
lot.
have you walking out with a walker.
I might even take a walk around the neighborhood. I'm motivated now. All right, you guys have a good one. Take care. Thanks, Jim. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
text
fucking
you with
gonna
more
have some-
injuries you can get.
some spinach and shit. Everybody in chat, take care.
Take it easy, Al.
Later,
We're gonna scare them all away.
We just
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're gonna
might
scare
be
'em
easier
all.
killing yourself. No.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus!
All
That's
the good
problem-
stuff to look
Hey
forward to.
Jim, the problem with any pain related to your kidneys is that it radiates. It
Right.
doesn't. You feel it all in places where it's not coming from. If you're passing a kidney stone, okay, even though it's up high above, right there above you feel it in your nuts. It feels like somebody's clamped your nuts in a vice. That's where the pain is. Not up in your kidney. It's groin. It's like you got kicked in the balls. I mean, it's the worst pain I ever had in my life. And I said to the doctor, I said, why the hell does it hurt down there? He says, well, the nerves radiate the pain. All that's just So just because the pain's coming from a certain spot, that doesn't tell you that the cause of the pain is there. See,
Right.
Yeah.
Jim,
makes
are
it
you
harder
60
to
yet?
diagnose too.
Are you
Referred
60
pain.
years old, Jim?
Yeah, I'm 61.
Oh, you're 61. How
Dude,
about
you're
just
not
got
that
my-
much older than me.
Just got my first colonoscopy.
So Brian's under 60?
I am 60.
Oh, you are 60. Okay.
Well, welcome to the over 60 club, guys. That's
Hey,
Brian,
man,
58.
I'm
58.
just trying to kill time
you're
till that
still a
Social
youngster. I'm
Security
sorry.
check gets here.
59 this year. I'm getting
they wanted to do that colonoscopy since I hit the age of 50, and I was telling them, nah, I think
I've
we'll
done
wait.
one. I'm one and done. They don't need to go up there anymore.
Hey, man, I've had that Cologuard thing that Ray Kelly mentioned twice now, and the
That's
doctor's
the-
happy. The
Yeah.
doctors are happy with it.
But
So
did you hear the disclaimer? It could give you false positive.
false positive, and if it
negative.
did,
Causes
If
of
it did-
kidney stones.
I've had 3 of those colonoscopies, one every 10 years. And I had the last one when I was 70, and I think that's my last one. I think I'm done.
here's
Yeah,
the thing
I don't
about the
think- I think
colonoscopy.
At 80 years old, I think I'm not going to worry about it.
Here's the thing about a colonoscopy. I don't care about the procedure.
Figures.
But when I found out that you have to fast for 24 hours before, I said, hell no, hell no.
Yeah.
It's not
Ain't
just
happening.
fast, man. It's you take this
And then,
turbo,
yeah, then you got
turbo
to purge.
laxative, man.
Then you got to
get
purge.
so-
I get
You
it.
get so cleaned out, man. It's unbelievable.
You crap a lifetime in 10 hours.
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Butts whistling.
Oh, my God. You take that stuff and you go so fast, it's unbelievable. It's like, holy shit.
They made me do a
Sleep,
fleet animal.
but you sleep good. I'll tell you what. After you're done, you're so worn out, you sleep great.
All right. Now, this is going to sound stupid, but it happened to me. When they finished the procedure, did you find yourself with extra gas that wasn't gas because of the way they
Yeah, you get the
they have
squirt.
to blow up?
Yeah, because they
They have to blow up the intestine.
They blow you up so they can see what's going on. Yeah.
So, Brian, look forward to the walking farts.
No,
Yeah,
I,
Mitch.
I am not doing it, dude. So as long as the doctor says that Cologuard thing is good, I am not getting poked. Ain't happening.
No pokey.
No pokey. Like what
Mitch.
Brad Arias says, I shit so hard the toilet flushed itself.
Yes. Yes. And let me tell you, when it comes on, you best be 3 feet from that toilet.
Oh shit! Yeah, man. You
Oh,
stay
shit.
home.
You
Don't
bet.
make any plans the night before.
Don't
Chris.
leave the toilet area. I'm telling you right now.
Your phone, your cell phone better be charged up.
That's funny.
Chris Hope is out of here, y'all. I wonder why.
How do we get onto this subject anyway?
I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
And if you look at the 10 things that cause it, everything causes the damn kidney stone.
Everything causes it.
You can't get it. Oh, eat green foods. Yeah, okay. Nope, they give me kidney stones.
Roughage.
Yeah.
But it's the oxalates that in the coffee that apparently.
Everything is bad for you for some reason. I've taken it to its final conclusion, and that is that living causes death.
Yes.
I mean that is the final.
That was some coffee grounds. You know, we laugh, but this shit is painful.
Only when it happens to you. Ain't bothering me.
Yeah, thank God.
I
Jim,
heard that
you
you
got
hold
a
it.
thumbs down on this, man. It's the first one I've ever seen you get.
Oh, I always get thumbs downs.
I don't ever see
I
them.
mean, I'm not the only one that gets thumbs down. Thank you, God.
It was probably because of our political talk. People hate political talk.
Yeah, I suppose.
It was your electrolytes. It was your electrolyte statement.
I don't remember us going
According to,
political at all, really.
We did when I first came on. We were
No, that was YouTube.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with politics. You can't get around. Again, because we say let's not talk of politics, government is crap.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
Well, I'm just so flabbergasted over Ray says he got kicked off of Twitter for 12 hours, and then 2 other guys, Dan's here, he got kicked off of Facebook over something he posted back in 2015.
Well, that's because he's Dan.
But who's going over your posts that they really care?
They have
That's what I'm-
algorithms.
I was going to say algorithms.
Computers. They program the computers to search for certain things.
Oh, he
Half the
talked
time,
about
those things are
Blast.
taken out of context in the way they were written, but that doesn't matter. The algorithm doesn't understand the context aspect of it, just the words. That's another reason. I just got tired of having to guard what I say on my channel, and I just, you work and you slave to build these things up. You make all these videos, you spend all this time, build all those watch hours, knowing that, you say somebody doesn't like what you say. Next thing, YouTube deletes your channel.
right.
Because you get strikes. I don't need that. When I was a kid, my mother used to dictate how I had to live. I'm too old for that shit now. They can go to hell.
But we live in a land of free speech. This
Yeah,
is
right.
wonderful.
Yeah. What happened to that?
It's gone. At least on corporate platforms. They hide behind the fact that they're companies. And you sign those huge things when you say, I agree to the following. You ever read those things?
Yeah, I did. I read the one on my friggin' headphones, and it said that it can give I posted it in our group in Facebook. The music center on here for Sony earbuds, okay, says that they can turn around and give your information. I don't know why I'm going towards there. Here, the camera's here. Sony earbuds. There's a music center app where you can change it so it has an equalizer and all that. Oh, it sounds wonderful. We press it. That's all it does until I turn them on. Just shows you that this. But anyway, I pressed the button up there that says information and all that crap. And I went and read their privacy thing. And the privacy thing says that they can give information to law enforcement agencies upon request. Okay, are you listening to what the hell I'm listening to? Yeah, I'm not talking into these things. I'm just wearing them as earbuds.
But you can use them as a earbud for a cell phone. Maybe an earbud for a cell phone.
Yep.
And sadly, Jim, the only power that any of us have is not to participate.
Pencil and paper.
No, just not to participate. Because that's all you can do. It's your choice. They tell you what their rules are. You either agree or not.
Yeah.
So if you don't like the fact that they're selling your soul out and they know everything you do, everything you say, everything you think, every website you visit, every product you look at, if you don't want them doing that, you have to just not use their tools. You have to not be on Facebook, not be on Twitter, not buy at Amazon, not use Google's search engine. You know what I've done, Jim? I use Firefox browser.
Yeah.
The Firefox VPN, which is like $5 a month, and the DuckDuckGo search engine.
Right.
The trouble with DuckDuckGo,
I can look at anything, anywhere, and nobody has a clue where the shit's coming from.
Real quick. I had the chest X-ray because I thought it was pleurisy also, and it was not pleurisy. Okay,
yeah,
move.
Pleurisy will do that to you. You get a little liquid in there. It hurts like hell.
DuckDuckGo, though, when I've used it, because I've been using it quite a bit, it will sometimes link you to a Google search because it can't find it. So there's that.
Yeah.
Not very often, but it will do that sometimes, which tells me that that's not a
But you do the best. But the VPN is really your best shot at not being tracked.
But my VPN, I use RA4W, which is a VPN. I paid the lifetime subscription fee. It slows me down horrendously.
Well, that's why, because you got a lifetime. The one that Mozilla has.
Yeah.
The Firefox Mozilla VPN. It's $5 a month, 5 devices, and you pick a server anywhere in the world. Now I hooked up to the Miami server, and the first thing I did when I got it was run a few speed tests, and the speed is identical whether I'm on the VPN or not.
I was going to ask you that. I usually go to Ireland or France, but you're okay with using a U.S. site?
Yeah, because what the VPN does is it creates an IP address, and everything that you do as far as the internet's concerned, is coming from that server in Miami. They don't. After that, they don't know where the hell it came from.
Right.
So your internet service provider has no clue of what you're.
No, because it's encrypted. What goes through your internet service provider is completely encrypted.
Good. That's good.
And it's using the DNS servers of the VPN and not the DNS servers of the of your service
Cable provider.
Now, let me tell you what I initially used it for. I initially used it for NFL Game Pass, which is $100. But if you buy it in the United States, you can't watch games live while they're being
the
played.
same thing with the baseball games.
So I went on through my VPN, said I was in Rubino, France, ordered the Game Pass package, and now I watch the games live.
Yeah, that's because you can physically make the world think that you're anywhere you want.
Right.
VPN. Yeah, it's a great service, and you just have to find one that can handle the bandwidth. And most of the ones that are bargains or charge you once, or it's like anything else. You're going to get what you pay for. For $5 a month, this the Mozilla one is so integrated. It's integrated kind of in with Firefox, and it works great. And that's a great browser. So.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
And you can cancel it anytime you want. If you don't like it, you just cancel it. It's only
$5 a month, five devices. Is that
five devices, up to 5 devices. Yeah,
$5 a month.
You ever look at how many
yeah.
devices you got running?
But you run the app on the device. It's not a VPN that goes in your router. It's run by device. So
right.
I've got it on 2 computers and 1 cell phone. That's all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Steve Carpenter.
Hello
Steve
there,
Carpenter, how you
Brian.
doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while.
Steve
I know. How are
Carpenter,
you?
the electrician.
And Carlos, how are you, sir?
Hola.
I was on earlier from the job
I saw
site.
you. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, at least we got our California representation back.
There you go.
Yeah.
With a hell of a lot of snow in our mountains.
And California is the only state that passed the law that do not collect my information law. The rest of us apparently don't have that option.
Interesting.
My router has a list of all the things running at one time, even though if you're not using them, if they're turned on,
they're connected.
They're still connected to your internet.
Yeah, they're always pinging each other. They're having conversations all the time. We don't know what the hell they're saying, but they're talking.
So my TV has 2 of them because the TV has that Chromecast on it. So it's got that, which I never use because I'm using the Roku Ultra box.
And then the Roku's on there. And if it's a smart TV, the smart TV's on there.
Yeah,
so
right.
You've actually got 3 of them.
50. If when I there's an app called Fing, F-I-N-G, and it'll tell you every device on your local network. I got like 50 different things going on here.
Yeah,
you got webcams, security cameras. You got
look at how long the friggin' list is. Your lifetime, whatever has ever connected.
Your neighbor's on there, and you don't even know it.
Yeah,
if it has ever connected to your router, it's on here.
You got your Amazon Echo. You got if you got a Hue lights, if you got whatever you got's on there.
Mitch, do you go into your router settings and I have a setting where it says allow new, devices to connect or not allow devices to connect?
Yes.
I block that.
I allow.
Do you? Okay.
It's password protected, so nobody's going to connect to it that I don't want to, unless I tell them the password.
My Asus router has its own protection on it.
And you can hide your SSID number from being broadcast too on most routers.
Yeah, you can.
So they're not going to see it.
Like, get your own fucking web service.
Yeah, exactly. But an app I've got on my phone, I can still pick them up even though they're not broadcast.
Yeah. and a half-ass hacker can get into pretty much anything.
That's it. Yeah, really.
And what you're talking about, I flipped that switch. So instead of being HTTP, mine is SHTTP.
Secure.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what Carlos was talking about. It's just a flip of a switch.
Yeah.
I do like the way we have flowed from colonoscopies to tech. This is very nice.
We can move. We move like old bastards. We forgot what we talked about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. At least we're back to tech.
It's not that we changed the subject; we just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Well, it is tech.
We talked about everything but drones.
It's a camera. It's a camera going up your orifice, so it is tech.
There's tech. Yeah.
We talked about everything but drones pretty much tonight.
I tried to bring it up earlier, and
we talked about Al's drone falling out of the sky.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Those master screws.
Boy,
that's interesting.
What is
hey Jim? That new TV is unfrickin' believable.
Are you loving it? Are you watching Netflix on it?
Yeah, well, I watch Netflix, but Samsung also has their own channel. I bought a new QLED set.
Very good set. 1,000 lumens.
And it's a Samsung. And I was comparing that to the LG. But even in Costco, they have both of them there. If you look at the LG, it's so high gloss. You can see every light and everybody walking by when it goes to black screen. And when the images come up and you're watching the playback, you can still see the lights through it. To where the Samsung, the reason I went to it is it's got like a reflection and a glare coating that they put on the screen, but it saves you the same color. But what I was going to get to is the Samsung has its own app, and it has, I'm going to say, close to 160 channels that are pulled off the internet that are TV channels or specialty channels, like American Movie Classics is on there for free. I mean, it's got all these other channels that are on there, and it doesn't cost you anything.
What TV is this?
It's called the Tizen operating system.
It's a Samsung QLED 65-inch.
You couldn't have got the 85, Steve.
120 hertz. The refresh
240.
That's why you got.
So instead of using Chromecast or something like that, they use their own system.
It ran $14.99, and it included $14.99 included because Costco you get the warranty plus they give you a 1-year additional warranty for free. They threw in another $100 package Assyrian warranty, so it's warranted for 5 years.
From Costco?
Through Costco.
I've never had a TV break in under 10 years.
Wow. And for $19.95, they came here, delivered it, set it up, hooked my sound bars and everything up, plugged everything back in, put it in, turned it on, packed it up, and walked away.
Cool.
I like
the
240.
You don't ever have to leave the house anymore.
That's right. Well, I've got to go outside to break down the cardboard box.
Oh,
they wouldn't haul it away. I wanted the 85, Brian, but my wife, we've got this entertainment center. It wouldn't fit in there.
I was going to say, you're going to get a bigger house too to fit it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the family room would take it. Our family room is 14 feet deep, and that's the depth that we're looking at the set on. So from wall to the wall, it's only 14 feet, but it's 22 feet the other direction.
If you look at, there's an actual app forget the app. The TV manufacturer will tell you on their site how far to sit away from the screen.
Yeah.
Usually it's 12 to 14 feet from a 65-inch screen as the max to be sitting away from it.
Well, let's put it this way. We're about, I want to say about 10 feet away from it. And I wouldn't want to be any closer.
No, that's like sitting at the front row in a movie theater. Anyway, can I read really quick what the Northeast Drone Production said? This show is like a kidney stone, pretty painful while it's happening, and a huge relief when it's over.
Thanks a lot.
I like that. That was good.
Thanks a lot.
I agree, Gary. Happy marriage is square footage and 2 TVs. She's on that side of the house, you're on the other one.
Or split bedrooms.
Nope. Empty testicles and full stomach. That's a happy marriage.
I'll go with that one. Yeah.
All right. That's the way to keep a man happy, actually. But anyway. Happy marriage. Is there such thing? Yeah, I guess so.
No,
No,
there's only pacification.
That's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Honest lawyer.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't know.
Jumbo shrimp.
I think it's possible. I'm pretty happy.
Do we cheat him and how? And
you ever hear that Jewish sushi place, Sosumi?
Yeah, really.
No offense, Mitch.
That's all right. That's all right. There's two Chinese dishes I really like. One of them's called gangbang duck, and the other is some young guy. We used to have a Jewish fraternity, 2 Jewish fraternities, and you have to know Yiddish to understand it, so I'll explain it to you. One of them is Zeta Leda Shiksa.
Shiksa, I know that word.
Shiksa is a non-Jewish woman.
Goy.
Zeta is a grandfather.
Wait, so Shiksa Zeta is particular to a goy female?
Well, Shiksa is any non-Jewish woman.
A woman, though. That's what I'm saying, but woman.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
okay.
New.
So Zeta Leda Shiksa was one, and the other was Alpha Bubba Zeta, and of course Bubba is grandmother and Zeta's grandfather. No big laughs on those. Okay,
Bubba.
I'm looking at these specs. You know, this TV would have been like $3 or $4 grand about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yes,
I was actually thinking it was about $2 grand now, $3 grand.
Yeah.
Only this year. I mean, how long ago, Steve, was it that I was bitching about that HDMI 2.1? And yours has it, doesn't it?
The 2.1 has it only on one channel. The LG has it on all 4 of their HDMIs. Yeah. Channel 3 is.
Can you zoom in on that a little bit, or make that a little bit bigger, please? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
How many does one of them have that ARC where you can control?
Yeah, HDMI 3
audio return, enhanced audio return channel.
I like the refresh rate. That alone makes the picture.
Oh yeah.
You know the problem, like you said, Jim. These TVs don't break. 6 years ago, I bought a 70-inch Sharp Aquas.
Right.
With the 4 guns, 4 different colors.
Right.
And
DLP.
It cost me like $2,600, and and I still have it, and it's still so gorgeous that I what am I going to do? Throw it away to get a new one?
I've got a Mitsubishi DLP TV.
Oh, no kidding! One of those big old boxes, huh?
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Throw it away?
Exactly. So I'm saying, I see these new TVs that, you see an 85-inch TV for, $2,000 and say, wow, that'd be great. But what am I going to do with this old TV? Throw it away. It's a gorgeous TV. And somebody said, well, move it in the other room. And I say, well, where? I got 17. I already got 17 TVs in the house,
Yep. And it really does become a problem. But with this TV, he can actually do DaVinci Resolve editing or 4K true editing, which is what tickles my fancy. This whole time is what I wanted. But what do you do with these TVs? They're not broken. They work great.
No, they're not 4K, but the picture on this Sharp TV is gorgeous. I mean, and it's 70 inches. I need a bigger TV than that.
No.
Well, you can get the 85 in this one, Mitch.
Don't you think I don't think about it? I walk into Sam's Club and I look up and I see these 85-inch TVs.
Yeah, but at that point, why not get a projector?
I've had a projector. I still have it.
They're not as good as they're not
going to be as good.
Wait a minute. No, the whole idea with the projector is I got a 10-foot screen, Carlos.
Me too. Mine is like 10 by 4.
I've got a 10-foot projection screen. I got to keep the room totally dark.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a 10-foot screen. It's a trade-off I no longer want to make. I'll watch the 65-inch 4K TV.
Oh, no. I'm just saying for space, 65 inches to find a place for that, unless you hang it on the wall and you have that space, that's tricky.
Yeah, and I got room for an 85-inch too.
I don't watch that much TV to warrant
up on the wall. I could put an 85 in. I fight the urge because you can't sell this 6, 7-year-old TV. Nobody's going to buy it.
Right.
Yet, great TV. And
One-
they're heavy too. The old, I mean, the new ones don't weigh anything. It blows you away when you pick them up to hang them on the wall.
Oh, this thing is heavy. This thing is.
I was going to say
real
61
heavy.
pounds. That was not light.
That is heavy.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if it told it there, but I did it on the other page. It's a heavy set, but it sits on a center base mount, so it's kind of nice. And I turned off. They hooked everything up for me back onto my sound bar and everything, but I turned off the optical feed to the sound bar and just played their audio. And I'll tell you what, it is one heck of an audio because it has object tracking. You can either have standard where it just comes out or object tracking. So you will get that tracking going across, or if it's coming from one side of the screen or the other, it will drive that sound from that section.
I think you have Dolby Atmos, don't you?
That because I have Sonos, so I have that in there.
Okay. So you get even the up-firing speakers.
That was Samsung's biggest drawback was their sound for the longest time.
Oh, my Sony Bravia, the sound is a piece of shit. It sounds like it's coming out of a tin box.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta have a sound bar.
I like this. Look at this ambient mode. This is pictures, really.
Yeah. You can actually pick the color. So if your wall color is a certain color, you can have the screen go with the color of the wall.
That's
And you can pick, all these scenery shots like the ocean, the desert.
I think a woman came up with that feature.
The only thing you would do is when you're editing, you have to shut all this shit off.
Yeah.
You have to put it in game mode.
The ambient light sensor, you got to shut that off. You got to shut off the everything. Turn on film mode, and you're probably going to be all right.
Yeah.
That's what I paid, Gary, for this 4K TV out here. It was $250, and then I found out what a piece of shit it was. Remember that, Steve? When I went through that whole thing of I can't do the 4K editing.
There it is, right there. I'm highlighting it for you, Jim.
Yeah, yep. Rub it in, you bastard. HDR 10.
No, I hopped on one afternoon. I saw Jim on, and I jumped on to say hi to him because I saw him online. And I go, "Hey, Jim, I ordered a new TV." And
the bastard says to me, "Is it any good?"
Well, I listen to everything that he's been going through on all of his shows, and I listen when I haven't been on. I go back and I listen to the shows, and I'm sitting there going, "Well, it's got this, it's got this, it's got this, the HDR, and it's got all this on it." But the thing is I'm not going to be editing on the set.
Yeah, it's all about the refresh rate. The old one, 60 hertz.
HDR 10+ is the same as Dolby Vision with dynamic metadata, which means from frame to frame, his TV can change colors. From frame to frame.
80 billion colors across the screen. Combinations.
Are you going to count to make sure?
Yeah, they were all there last time I checked.
Yeah, right.
And the reason I asked if he tried it with Netflix is the only one that is 100% HDR 10+. They require it. If you look at Netflix has its own page. If you want to produce anything for Netflix, they tell you what you have to use, which cameras you have to use to produce it. Arri Alexa 5s and Red Cinema cameras. They don't accept crap. You have to, their production standards are above and beyond.
Huh. Where have I heard that?
Hey, Steve, next time you go into the Costco,
That was a plug.
Go up to the salesman that sold you the TV and tell him that they lied. You can't see any more than 78 billion colors.
I'm telling you, they come up with these numbers. Prove it.
No, the only thing I talked with the guy at the store was the reflection, because that was the only thing on all the reviews and studying I did. LG will give you phenomenal color, but if you've got any lights like down lights like I have here in the room, anything like that, it will glare. You will get that off the screen on the LG, and it does not come up with because the TV faces a 12-foot sliding glass window going to the outside.
Yeah, well,
Oh, you
that's the
can't do
problem.
that.
So many of these TVs have glossy screens. That's one of the things I liked about this big Sharp that I bought. Is it's got a matte finish. Doesn't reflect hardly anything, and anything it does reflect just looks like a blur.
Yeah,
It
you
does.
you can't put
Exactly.
a TV across from a window. That's bad.
No.
Well,
I mean,
it
opposite. Yeah, that's tough to watch. During
That's
the day.
why every TV has something called a retail mode. If you ever look at your TVs,
Yeah, you're right.
that retail mode is full blast.
Yep. Turns the full brightness up. Yeah.
And I haven't adjusted it per that rating company, the site that we brought it up on, Jim.
Yeah.
I haven't gone in there to adjust it out of the box. It's phenomenal.
If you guys want to check out your own TVs to see what kind of features they have and what the calibration settings are to actually get it true, it's called ratings.com. RTING.com. rting.com. Instead of rating, take out the A in the word rating. So it's rting.com. They'll run through, they test the TV, they show you SDR, they show you HDR, they show you their calibration settings, and they'll tell you how good your TV. That's how I found out my TV was only 700 nits.
I'll go on there, they'll say, your TV is crap.
Well, the funny part of it, Mitch, is I'm told him, he goes, what model is it? What model is it? So I gave him the model while we were talking. And I go, well, I have you to thank and the people talking on there, Jim, because I learned what I'm going to look for in the new set. And it's just like you're saying, Mitch, I've got a Vizio 60-inch. The picture image was good. I mean, really good.
You would be surprised with Vizio and TLC. They're actually good TVs.
They are.
Like everybody else, they have shitty models, but they're actually good TVs.
They are. And if you tune it, it really comes out well.
Here's the bad news. Here's the bad news, Steve. Enjoy it today because tomorrow the new model will be out that'll make you feel
that's not what I'm worried about. It's reducing that $365 a month Cox bill that I'm going to cut the cord, and the only thing I'm going to have left is internet.
There you go. Well, that's what I've been doing.
165?
That's for cable, cable TV, 2 telephones, and the internet.
Yeah,
what do you need the phones for? Do you really need landlines?
Probably a fax machine.
I have my business line coming in here, and we just have the one phone line. I'm going to UMA. I bought the units from Costco. They had the UMA voice over IP system. So
yeah, you can get that shit for free. I mean, for nothing, for very little money.
Well, I paid $124, and it came with 3 cordless phones with each one.
Oh, geez.
I got the Magic Jack, Mitch. I use Magic Jack for $30 a year, I think.
I had one of those things for years, but you know what I use now for my extra phone line? Google Voice.
Mm-hmm.
Get it for free. Costs nothing.
How do you get it for free?
Just go on Google Voice. Say, give me a phone number. You can use it on your cell phone. Make voice over IP calls. You can make
That's what my Magic Jack is, VoIP.
Yeah. But it's free. And the reason I had Project Fi and I got off of it on my cell phone and went to AT&T. So I figured, well, let me take this opportunity to get a new phone number, get rid of all those lists that I'm all over.
Right.
So when I got off of Fi, they said, do you want us to transfer your phone number to your old number to Google Voice? And I said, sure, for free. So now my old phone number is still active, but I have it set to basically not available. So if somebody were to call my old number, it'll go right to voicemail, and if they want to leave a message, fine. And if it's a junk call, I never even know. I never even know about it. Plus, you can text on it too, and there's absolutely no charge for it. Go figure.
Well, UMA, when you buy it. When you buy UMA now, you can get their free plan. The only thing you do is pay the tax you know, the federal and state tax stuff, but they're full, I mean, comprehensive stuff to where, and you, either one, both of them, you get an additional line. So I teleport one and then they give you another one. So you end up with 2 lines on it. And it'll actually take your voice messages and send it as a text or an
message,
email to you.
Yeah, it does. It translates it and sends you the transcription of your messages. Brent Nunley, look, he says he uses Google Voice for his a lot of people. If you have you need a phone for a separate business line or something, go into Google Voice, just grab, get a number.
Yeah, but I need for fax line too, because I still do faxing.
That's interesting because that's why I've always had, ever since it came out, I had Magic Jack, because you guys know my AT&T back in 2000. I can't make calls inside my house. Too much radar in the friggin' house. So finally, with Verizon now, I don't need the AT&T microcell hooked up to my internet, and so I've always had the Magic Jack so that I could make calls from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And now I use it for the business line for the drone business, but I didn't even know about Google Voice.
And the
Well, I knew it was there, but I had never used it, and until they offered to port the number over to Google Voice when I canceled the Project Fi, I went to AT&T. I told you that story. My daughter got took her whole business over to AT&T,
Right.
and called me up and says, how much you paying a month for your cell phone service? I said, I don't know, like $25 a month, because I don't use any data. She said, well, I can put extra lines on my business thing for $15 a month. You want one? Knowing that she would pay for it, I said, certainly. So I went out and bought a new phone, and
good to go.
Instead of transferring my old number over, I said, well, every once in a while, it's a good idea. Unless, if you don't do a lot of phone calling, and most of the calls you get are just robocalls, to get a new number, try to find a clean number. So I did that, and they said, do you want to port it to Google Voice for free? And I said, sure. And it turns out to be pretty neat service.
There's that ambient mode that I was telling you about. You can actually match what's on the wall in order to come up with it. So what you're looking at is only the black line of the edge of the screen. Otherwise, it's like if you have paneling up, you can emulate the paneling and the color.
All right, that's a bit much for me. I have it running.
I'm telling you, a woman came out with that part.
I have it running a fish tank.
Stealth mode.
As a screensaver, it runs a fish tank, so I don't have to worry about any burn in.
Right. And
put up a picture of the guy and the Amish farmer looking guy with the pitchfork and his plain Jane wife standing next to him. Yeah. Put that up on there.
This is that app by Samsung that it has its own channels, that it's all free.
It's a Tizen operating system, Tizen. Now go into it. Oh, you're not on the TV, damn it, Jim. I was going to say, you can actually watch over the air TV.
Oh, and the other thing you can do on this with your phone, you can bring it up and split it and do a split and be watching what's on the TV and watch what you're on your phone and put them both up there.
That's cool.
That's where the 85-inch comes in.
Yeah.
It's still larger than the 65.
You can watch every football game all at the same time.
What I like about 85 inches, you can see all the fine print on the bottom.
Does anybody use Bixby? I want to know.
No, I don't.
I've got it on my Samsung phone.
On a cell phone, yeah.
It's got its own button that I hit all the time by accident.
Yep, or if you swipe the wrong way, yeah.
I've heard of it.
It's some kind of assistant that I refuse to be tied into the South Korean system, too. It's bad enough I'm in Google Assistant.
So you're into the Chinese for it.
Yeah.
Well, it came on the Sony, so I have because the TV's got to be internet connected. Why, I don't know, because I'm using the Roku box. So what's that got to do with the TV?
Well, if you want to use all that fancy stuff like Steve is showing you, the apps that are built into the TV, you need an internet connection. Otherwise, you don't need to plug your TV into the internet.
No.
If you're just using Roku.
I'm just using Roku through
No, unplug it from the internet. You don't need it. Unless you're worried about firmware updates for the thing, having to check for firmware updates by itself every once in a while.
Oh my God! Every once in a while, lately there's been 4 different updates, and then you got to go reprogram the Roku remote because now the sound bar is not coming on when the TV comes on when the Roku box comes on.
Yeah, Brent. I still use fax for work, and in fact, by HIPAA law in the United States, they cannot email you medical records or prescriptions or anything like that. It can only be faxed.
Really?
Yep.
I don't have a laser projector. I've got the 3-color, the wheel spins.
DLP.
Digital light projection spinning. Yeah. HDM. It's not. It's only HD.
I had a Mitsubishi one of those years ago, and that was a great TV.
In fact, Mitch, it's a Mitsubishi set, and they said, people, the chips seem to be dying in some people's. So they came out and replaced the digital light projection chip. Free.
Do you know how that works? It's incredible. When you think about the complexity, it actually has mirrors. One mirror for each pixel that flip. Yep. The mirrors flip, and it sends the light through a color wheel, which is a wheel that has
spinning wheel,
6 different colors, and the timing of where in that color wheel for each pixel that mirror flips is what makes the picture on the screen. If you could imagine that happening millions of times to refresh one frame.
When he took the TV apart to replace that chip, I actually got to see all that.
Oops, typo. Sorry, Gary.
You know what the funny thing is, Mitch? The light bulb is only supposed to last for 4,000 hours. They're made to break after so many hours. Well, the damn light bulb won't break.
That's what happened to mine. I thought the light bulb burned out, but it was the power supply for the light bulb. And then it got to the point where you couldn't find parts, and that's when I threw it away and got this 7 years ago and got this new TV that 6 or 7 years ago.
It's a big old light cage. I used to have it.
Are you talking about those projection TVs?
Yeah.
That big boxes?
Light projection.
I thought there was 3 lights back there, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's not the way DLP works. Okay. There was the older ones had the red, green, and blue tubes in them.
Right.
But the DLP was just the little chip that had one light bulb and the color wheel that spun.
Yeah, I went through all that TV.
Movie theaters primarily use DLP, I believe, for projection these days.
They always did, yeah. Now,
they got away from film.
Now they use DCI, digital cinema.
Yeah. No, guys, I'm going to go to bed. So,
yeah, me too. I got to be up early.
Oh my God, we've been on for a while.
Yeah.
Bunch of fish tanks to clean.
Hey, enjoyed seeing y'all. And
yeah, it was nice seeing you, Mitch.
Well,
I was going to give you 2 or 3 days to stew in your stuff and then bother you to come back. Oh, I know you were okay, but the coming back part, I was going to work on you.
I had always intended not to drop out of the community. I just decided that my principals won't let me put 10 cents in Google's pocket if I could help it.
Good.
Let me ask you guys, since we got a pretty diverse panel here, where do you guys actually get your news from? Do you trust anyone? I
watch news, RT News. I'll watch different news from different stations. I'll watch news on YouTube, and then occasionally I don't ever really go to CNN, but I do watch Fox, and then I'll watch my local news, but not much. I can't stand watching New York One, which is local news, because they always have de Blasio and freaking Como.
Yeah.
And those 2 guys drive me freaking nuts.
There is no news.
They make me curse. Like, I really. I'm supposed to be a good Christian man, but you wish death on certain people, and it's like, man, you're wasting good air on people.
Well, my new philosophy is I don't give a crap what's going on. I don't want to know about it. Go be happy, do your own thing, leave me out of it.
I don't know.
No news.
when I saw that thing from the actual fake news and them telling you Pelosi saying that they create the lie and then the news picks up on it. And then on Netflix, there's a special on the New York Times watching the TV and outputting at the same time. There's no vetting. Nobody vets a story anymore. They just
they're not stories. They're
you guys on
they all get faxed. They get it's like it's Pravda. It's the communist method of disseminating propaganda. This is what we have now. We don't have news anymore.
But on YouTube, you guys have a unique opportunity to ask people from all around the world that you get to talk to, is this really going on? Is this what's happening? You know, so
right. They don't know either. They only get what
but from just, what's around them. I don't know. I don't know.
You're right. You can ask someone else in Australia, is this really happening?
Yeah, except in Australia, Jim, they got Sky News, which seems to be conservative, and they got their liberal news outlets, and it depends on which news they watch, and that's what they do.
But real life experience, what are the people experiencing? You can always ask them as well. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Bye.
Anyway, guys.
Fun.
Later, callers.
Steven or Steve, Brian.
Take care, Carlos. Good to see you.
Be around you, Brian. You going to be on Friday?
No, I'm going to be on tomorrow for a few minutes. I'm going to test out a new mic.
Just testes?
Testis.
Testes? I don't want to see your testes.
That's all you're getting, man. Sorry.
Adios, gentlemen.
Wow, guys, brave. You want Carlos?
Anyway, this is a family video I just threw up for the family.
Oh, Mitch, good night. Sorry.
Lost Mitch too. There's two pieces of technology there in the background that are just not there anymore.
The TV?
The TV is a 25-inch Mathis TV. Remember those?
Yep.
They were top of the line.
Curtis Mathis?
Mathis.
Yeah.
And of course the CDs right here. Don't see those anymore. Yeah. That's a CD rack. But yeah, that was just this. It says 20 years ago, but this was actually 19 years ago. Yeah, that is so many TVs ago. It's unreal.
That is so amazing that you still have that video. I've got so many different devices that took so many different pictures over the years, and it's so crappy. The stuff I have from 2009 is such shit.
Here's the thing, though. I've been working or learning. There's a couple apps out there now that will clean this video up and make it look like at least 720 at 60 frames.
Neat Video or what?
I can't remember the name of it now.
Okay.
Because I've only used it once, and I've gotten semi-good results. For one thing, it looks awesome on a small screen. But, I mean, I've got this blown up on this 27-inch screen, so that's why it's looking not as good as it should. But yeah, I just wanted to, you say about, like, TVs. I got a 43-inch Samsung 720 plasma out in my garage sitting there now for 3 months going like, well, what am I going to do with this? Yeah, just one thing after another.
Brent Nunley got his Triple Tech tablet Pro today.
The Pro I hear is pretty good. I just, for what you need, it depends on what you need, but all I need is a bright screen. But the Pro, from what I've heard, is pretty damn awesome. And I just lost the YouTube thing. Yeah, I'm on the wrong channel now. I'm on my other account.
Hey, Marcel, there's no way that's shot with a drone.
It's an older drone.
It's called handheld with a string.
I seriously have some VHS tapes, Steve. You know this. I still haven't converted them yet. And it's so sad because when we know what we know today, that those DVDs originally were only 480p and our TV shows were only shot in 480p, and we're here at HD, 4K HD now, I don't know how that's going to translate. I mean, everybody upscales, but it's interesting to hear. Yeah, it's interesting to hear you talk about that app, Brian.
One of it involved. There's two apps actually involved. One of them is Handbrake, and that's pretty common.
That's a conversion app.
Yeah, and I cannot remember. I downloaded it. Let me look where my downloads are.
I used to download the ISOs all the time.
Virtual Dub. That's it.
Virtual Dub?
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't used that in a million years.
They've got a new version out. That's why I looked at it. It'll do, especially for VHS tapes. Mine are 8mm, so they're not the same, but it still cleaned them up quite a bit. But it's made for VHS because they did, what was that, cross or
3-2 pull down is what used to happen.
they combine the lines.
Yeah.
Can't remember the terminology.
Interlaced and progressive.
Interlaced. There you go.
You weren't getting 1080p, you were getting 1080i interlaced.
Well,
interlaced with the vertical and the horizontal
480.
lines. Yeah,
But
yeah.
If you've got VHS, supposedly the new version of Virtual Dub will make it look like 720 at 60 frames, which is pretty smooth.
That's what I'm afraid of, Gary, because I've got some home movies I shot with that big VHS projector. It was only that big because the VHS tape was that big. You know how it sat on your shoulder and you're taking videos of your kids in 1993? Well, I've got a couple of those tapes. I'd like to convert them. Now, I have converted 16mm film from my father's old projector. And it came, you know what? It looks like it's from back then, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's no lines and dust speckles and all that shit in there.
I know my wife's father, when he was in the Marine Band pre-World War II, he has got color 8mm or 8 and 16mm that he went around the country because he was in the Marine Band. He's got downtown Los Angeles in 1939.
Oh, God.
Moly.
And yes, I've got a copy of it. I need to dig that out and show it to y'all.
Any chance of the 64 World's Fair in New York City?
No, you never went to New York.
Ah, damn.
But he was in Los Angeles. He was in somewhere in Texas, and just generally around where he lived in D.C. That's where my wife grew up.
Yeah, that vintage look. You're right. That's the best you can call it.
But he was at, what's that famous street in L.A.? Something in Vine.
Hollywood and Vine?
Hollywood and Vine, yeah. And he took like about a minute worth of video there. Just went around with his camera.
Did it pan?
In 1939, it was in color too. I need to find that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd still love to know. I mean, they were gearing up for war. How he got his hands on color film. Everything you saw was black and white.
Did he happen to get the old red cable red car that would climb up the hillside there in downtown LA?
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Yeah.
This is mostly like a street scene because it showed cars going by and people walking by. But it was, yeah, I need to dig that out.
I have the pictures of the cars that my parents drove when we were kids. And, remember the saying, big as a Buick?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
These friggin' cars, man, they were huge.
And heavy.
We used to call one, as kids, we called it the Green Monster. It was a Plymouth, and this thing was godly huge. The car alone weighed 5,000 pounds. Forget the engine.
Oh, I might have just found it. I don't know.
Guys, I'm going to shut off the YouTube stream, and we're going to keep talking because we're almost at 3 hours, and I know you guys are bored to death. if you're watching out in YouTube land, which 17 people.
Wait. We can go back to colonoscopies. Hang on.
You know that damn Cologuard is the one that got me to go in and take the test, you son of a bitch. It came up with positive, so I had to go get the colonoscopy.
Uh-oh.
Rick said his came out negative. Yours came out negative too, didn't it?
Twice. I've had it done twice.
You lucky bastard.
How do I get rid of this? Uh-oh.
Land yachts. Yeah, they were huge. He says, Marcel says, I guess you're going to have to refilm it. Get the kids to put their old clothes back on. That's insane. What's Mike saying? Never a boring moment. No, it was. What won't we talk about?
There, thought I lost y'all. I got all these files. They're in the wrong. Oh man, I hope I can get this back. Open with.
All right, guys on the stream. Thank you very much for coming by. Appreciate it.
Take care, everybody. Stay well, stay
Easy, y'all.
healthy.